What's good, my peopleizations? What's goody? What's goody, my peopleizations? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's get into this. So, here we have a situation where Jermell Charlo essentially tells Deontay Wilder, stop making up excuses. You lost. And give Tyson Fury his credit. Right? And I know I saw some of the brothers make mention of this. And I said, well, it didn't come from his better half. It came from him. Clearly, he co-signs this, as we know about his comments he made in the comment section of Deontay Wilder's press conference, pre-press conference, ahead of the Tyson Fury trilogy. So those comments he made, we obviously know that's what's being talked about. So, not surprised. Smash the like button, my peoples. And then we also have some other news regarding the trilogy match, as it will now be moved to the T-Mobile Center. Initially, it was talked about that it was going to be in Las Vegas Raiders Stadium. And now I'm hearing that it's going to be possibly moved to the T-Mobile Center. Okay? So T-Mobile Center still holds, I believe, more people than the MGM Grand, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to make sure. Let me double check that. So I believe that the T-Mobile Center holds more people than the MGM. So it's still a bigger venue than excuse me, it's still a bigger venue than MGM Grand, if I'm not mistaken. So where does this come from regarding Jermell Charlo and Deontay Wilder? Yeah, the T-Mobile holds 20,000, MGM holds 15,000. So you can still put 5,000 more people in the arena in the T-Mobile Center than you can in the MGM. So there you have that. So now these comments, right? The tweets, the comments. And I saw the brothers talking about this earlier. Shout out to my brother Keon, Everything Boxing and Sports. Go subscribe to my brother Keon, Everything Boxing and Sports. And I saw my brother Money Brown TV as he was on Keon's show on Everything Boxing and Sports. Go shout out to my brother Money Brown and subscribe to Money Brown TV as well. So with that said, right, here we have another situation where we can't get out of our own way. Salute to my brother Carolina Ryder in the building, in the super chat, dropping that hundo on your boy Blue in the super chat. He says salute to you, great brother. I was gonna call you back, but I ain't get a chance. I just got finished with the wife, man. My brother Just Joe King in the super chat. He says salute, Blue. Hard work paying off. Hashtag man down. Spence over Pac. Yeah, I believe he's gonna beat Manny Pacquiao as well. Oh, there go my brother Keon right there. Go subscribe to my brother Keon, Everything Boxing and Sports. Keon, drop the link, great brother. Corey Lee Boxing in the building. Go subscribe to my brother Corey Lee Boxing. Corey, drop the link. Keon, drop that link in the chat as you come in, great brother. Drop the link so people can subscribe to your channel. So I heard the brothers talking about this earlier, right? Brandon Adam Perry, my brother in the super chat. After the first Wilder Ortiz, Maul and Mel did a post fight. Maul said Mel's still mad. Wilder picked Lubin over him. He's still mad about that. Well, no slack 504. What's going on? So, even if that's the case, right? Let's say that's the case, right? It's a sport of boxing. Somebody has to win. Somebody has to lose. Period. So, let's say he said Erickson Lubin is going to win. Let's say he said Tony Harrison is like his brother, right? Okay. He let it be known that Tony Harrison is like his little brother. And he still said Jermell's still the best in the division, not named the champion. At the end of the day, let it go. Again, let it go. Because you see, when he lost to Tony Harrison, fight I thought he personally won. But when he lost to Tony Harrison, he was upset. And he felt like the right decision wasn't made. And people could look at that and say, don't make up excuses. You lost. You lost to Tony Harrison. Just plain cut and dry. But no. Christian Sykes, my brother in the super chat, much love to you, great brother. But no. He felt like it was given to Tony Harrison, not earned by Tony Harrison. I'm going to say it again. He thought it was given to Tony Harrison, not earned. Right? Okay, so if that's the case, then you felt like you wasn't treated fairly in the situation and that the decision was unjust. Nonetheless, salute to my brother Emmanuel H in the building in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. He said, salute Blue, kings, queens in the chat. Twin being emotional, he got to get out of his feelings and take it as motivation. No point in being dramatic about something so small. Hashtag for us, hashtag bomb squad. This is a fact. So if he picked Erickson Lubin, you feel if he picked Erickson Lubin to win the fight, then if that's the case, there's plenty of people that pick Erickson Lubin to win the fight. Do you not? What about the interviewers? What about the journalists? Do you not do interviews with them? Do you not talk to them? Do you not give? You understand? You follow where I'm coming from? It's a part of a sport. So imagine, now I know this is combat sports and it's one-on-one, but imagine, I watched the TNT broadcast ahead of the Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks series. They pretty much all picked Milwaukee. Can you imagine if Kevin Durant, after they just continued to highlight them because they picked Milwaukee? And I'm not doing no interviews and then going at them. Everything they do, he goes at them. The real top cat, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. He says, salute, bro. Salute to you, great brother. But see, it's one thing, right? Tayana Scott, peace of blessings, queen. Taneen Marie, peace of blessings, queen. How you doing today? To Mary Laurie, peace of blessings, queen. How you doing? All my kings, I'm going to get to y'all in a second. It is way more y'all than it is the queens. Silky Slim 706, my brother in the super chat, showing that love. Much love to you, great brother. So now, it's one thing that, let's say Deontay Wilder picked against him and said, I thought Lubin was going to win or Tony Harrison was going to win, whomever, right? He never slighted him. So to go out of your way to name call is a completely different scenario. That's completely different. It's not necessary. We shouldn't be doing this to one another. We just shouldn't do it publicly. Box Conversation, my brother Reggie Owens in the building. Go subscribe to my brother Box Conversation, Reggie Owens. Joe Davis 2310, what's going on? So, Aggravated Man, Buck 88 Keys, K-Town, Johnny Q, what's going on? Khadi Supreme, what's going on? Just publicly. Why publicly do we have to continue to do this? Rod News, what's going on? TCP, the complete package, what's going on? Why publicly? Why publicly? It's not enough that we already behind the 8 ball? I'm gonna say it again. It's not enough that we already behind on the 8 ball. The Gaming Circle, what's going on? Slim Jim 314, what's going on? Kizzy Hayes, Mike Stone, Kaz, P Dog, Jaquan Pickett, what's going on? Mr. Black, what's going on? Christian Sykes, my brother in Super Chat. Charlo need to keep his girl in check, Blue. I can't tell that man what to do with his better half, his queen. Can't tell him. I don't mention that. Ed 1050, what's going on? Dash Oliver, what's going on? I just say they're a reflection of you. Dane Watson, Mark Miller, what's going on? Yafiel Raphael, what's going on? Rico Dove, what's going on? Aggravated Man, Xavier Moses, what's going on? Megatron, what's going on? Anthony Maynard, what's going on? I'm not, let me explain my stance on that. Let me explain my stance on that. Blu-ray show, my brother Blu-ray, what's going on with you? What's going on with you, King? Blu-ray, I'm gonna inbox you, but what he said, what his better half went absolutely in on Deontay Wilder, Blu-ray. Absolutely, like, no, just complete. No garters. Just all the way in. LS, a.k.a. Tags, what's going on? Amiri Kari Barry, what's going on? Kenneth Howell, what's going on? William Old School on deck. Mr. Finesse, what's going on? Right? And DP Rocker, what's going on? Went all the way in. And so let me explain my stance on that. Why I say, because behind, I believe that this is my beliefs. Key 496, what's going on? Behind every great man is a great woman, right? Ja Brother, what's going on? I live by the 3 P's. Produce, children, reproduce. Produce, provide, and protect. I'll say it again. I live by the 3 P's. Reproduce, so produce, provide, and protect. You're a man of your household, you produce, you reproduce, you provide for your household, and you protect your household. Everything else, right, is your better half. Because I just believe that they're great at multitasking. Right? Ben Jim, what's going on? It's just my beliefs. Just mine, right? Lala D, peace and blessings, queen. Right? It's just my beliefs. Right? Chris Garcia, what's going on? So, True Blue 45, what's going on? And so, when you go outside, Seth Chillis, what's going on? I believe, just like your children are a reflection of their parents, I believe you are a reflection of your better half. That's just my beliefs. My brother, CB Sports TV, Carl Burrell. What's going on, great brother? Shogun 76, what's going on? That's just my beliefs, right? So if my better half goes out and says, hey, let me put it this way. If you heard my wife talking, she'd be like, man, Anthony Joshua, he avoided Deontay Wilder, and Tyson Fury tried not to fight the trilogy. Where y'all gonna say she got that from? Where y'all gonna say she got that from? Alfred Yashirala, Michael Knight, Big Nick 32. What's going on? Right? Where you gonna say, hey man, where you gonna think that she got that from? Simon Carr, JC, Brown Squad Inc. What's going on? Artwork, Gavin Washington. What's going on? Waldeck 357. What's going on? Simon Carr. What's going on? Adrian Pittman. What's going on, great brother? Right? Y'all gonna be like, she got that from Blue, right? And so when his better half hits send, I say she got that from him. That's him talking. Dion Folks, what's going on? True Say, what's going on? Saquon Brown, what's going on? That's him talking. And we already know that because we know when he did facts, Keon. That's a fact. But you know why? Again, because of him. You know why? Because of him. Right? Because if I look at it this way, if he's speaking highly of him, the reflection is going to speak highly of him. If you're speaking down on him, your reflection is going to speak down on him. You follow what I'm saying? If you publicly speak on that man publicly with no borders and no boundaries, then your reflection will publicly speak on that man with no boundaries and borders. Jermell Allen, what's going on? You follow what I'm saying? No shot bucks, 69. What's going on? But my thing is this. I'm not saying you have to like that man. Dominic Horton, what's going on? But we behind on the 8 ball enough that we should know today's time with everything going on in the temperature and the climate of today's time with everything taking place. We should know today's time that keep it behind closed doors. Keep it behind closed doors. In the same manner, you can take the social media. In the same manner, you can take the social media and you can say, why is Oscar De La Hoya publicly going at Canelo Alvarez and not respecting the code and saying, Viva Mexico? Y'all ain't hear me. Y'all ain't hear me. Y'all ain't hear me. I'm going to say it again. If you could publicly go and defend Canelo Alvarez with Oscar De La Hoya situation, then why would you? Then that lets me know that you understand it. You understand what's going on. But because we feel so comfortable with each other that we don't have to respect one another, we don't even look at it the same. Y'all ain't hear me. We're not even looking at it the same. We don't even feel like it's an oxymoron. We don't feel like what we're saying is a contradiction when it comes to one another. When it comes to us, we don't feel like it's a contradiction. That's how much lack of respect we have for one another. Ain't that amazing? Because guess what? If I go and tell y'all I hold women with the utmost respect, but then you see me out with a certain demographic of women and I don't hold them with utmost respect, then something is wrong. Something's wrong. Something is wrong. Because see, like I told y'all, see, I had put up a clip of what's her name? Heather Hardy, right? This is real talk. Y'all know I keep it 100. I put up a clip with Heather Hardy. Heather Hardy. And I mentioned her as a queen. And my inbox piled up. Boom! Right? My inbox piled up. Right? And then, I got you, William Old School, on that. And then the brothers were saying, man, how you refer to her as such? And I said, because the couple of layers on her skin, to me, you can believe what you want to believe. Just to me. Whether you believe she came from this person or that person or whatever, she still in reality is a physical being and a portal of life. So if I'm going to uphold one portal of life, I'm going to uphold all portals of life. Not one. That's just me. Emmanuel H., my brother in Super Chat. Just like old boy in Miami, if you and your lady into it, don't bring that negative energy to somebody else. That's how people end up taking dirt. This is a fact. That's a fact. William O. School on that, my brother in Super Chat, he said, Blue, salute, bro. Do you ever sleep? Man, These days I try, man. I try. It's hard, man. I'm not going. Hey, yesterday I didn't go to sleep at all. I went to the fight. I stayed after the fight, and I went, packed up all my stuff, got on the plane, and flew home. I took a nap, uploaded a video, got up, did my live stream yesterday. That's a fact. So let me give you an example, right? Y'all see, like the brother William O. School all day. He said, "Blue, do you ever sleep?" My wife don't stop the grind. She's a reflection of me, and vice versa. My wife don't stop the grind at all whatsoever. I gotta be like, we going on vacation. Me and my wife will argue. If I be like, hey, take this time off, we going on vacation. I'm not going on vacation. I gotta do this, and that. We'll argue. This is true stories. We'll go back and forth and argue. I'm not going on vacation. No, they don't. Because the grind don't stop. So we're a reflection of each other. Me and Mike Glover, my brother in Super Chat. What he said about Canelo too, now what he's saying about Wilder. Seems as if he's paying his dues for that undisputed, or am I tripping? Well, I believe it's this. You gotta when you straddling a certain line in a certain fence, gotta be careful, man, because that fence on one side, it could be all hungry, starving dogs. And on the other side, it could just be roses. Or at least that's how it appears to your eyes. You ain't hear me. Y'all ain't hear me. You could be straddling the fence, walking on the fence, and you looking on two sides. And one side, it could all be drooling, hungry dogs starving. And the other side, it could look like just green grass and roses. Right? And you say to yourself, I'm more comfortable tilting in this side because it's just green grass and roses. You don't want to fall either way. Mr. Finesse, my brother in Super Chat. Salute, Blue. I already know you about to go in, family. Talk to those who don't know. Bring the light to the dark. Oh, for sure. Oh, I'm going in. So when you're straddling that fence, right? And you think like, oh, and this side is good and this side is this way. And then you realize, you don't realize, I feel comfortable if I fall on this side of the fence because I know it's just grass. Maybe I'll get a couple of scratches and a couple of scrapes and a couple of bruises. But on this side, I'm going to get some bites. I might need stitches and I might not even survive. Not realizing that under that grass and under those roses and under those flowers, there's life moving around underneath there that you just can't see. And they don't want you on either side. And then when you fall on that side, see, you ain't realize that it was all types of sharp, pointy rose petals and rose sticks and you ain't realize that. See, it's animals that you couldn't see under there. See, when you in a let me give y'all an example. When you in a helicopter, when you in an airplane and you flying over the ocean, see, we know it's animals in there. Right? But you can't see them. You can't see them when you look down. I was just on a plane coming back from Miami. I'm looking at the beautiful blue water. Got back to New York, I'm looking at the beautiful green water. Green and brown water back in New York. And you can't see nothing. So you assume if I fall in this green and brown water, it's going to be bad for me. But if I fall in this nice blue, aqua blue water over here in Florida, well, then I just get wet. Not realizing they both got animals in them. It just what climate, right? It's just what animals adapted to that climate. Don't think it ain't animals in there. Because there's animals in there. It's just whether they salt water or fresh water. The results could still be the same. And what I'm saying by that is when you're saying that, Canelo Alvarez and Oscar De La Hoya, they shouldn't be going at it. They shouldn't be going at one another. They should be, essentially staying on the same pathway. But then you do this with your brother. Then you do that with your brother. Not realizing you're doing more disservice with your brother than you are with the other. You ain't hear me. TL Whittington, my brother in the super chat. Man, you got me and my wife ready to call all the snake in our own grave. Hey, man, I'm just trying to give you the real. You know what I mean? I tell you this, right? Let me tell you. I'm going to give y'all another example. Ellis, a.k.a. Tag, my brother in the super chat. He said, you know what a hungry dog wants, but you will never know what a snake wants. That's a fact. Jay Walker 214, what's going on? That's a fact. I'm going to give you another example. You know when you at home, you got brothers in your house and you at home, slick sophistication, what's going on? Right? And your brother, he may be the toughest dude in the town, in the city, in the neighborhood, on the block, right? But you'll get down with your brother because he's your brother. Right? You'll get down with your brother, right? Because he's your brother. You know his capabilities. You know what he can and can't do because y'all share the same bloodline. Right? So you'll get down with your brother. Now he the toughest dude in the town. You may even win against him. But then you step outside your house and you come face to face with somebody that don't look like you. Right? And then you be hesitant, or you be, oh man, I can't believe they're doing that to one another. Man, these dudes, they doing that to one another. Right? So this is what I'm saying. You publicly in a chat that had how many people? 3,000, 4,000 people there. Right? 3,000-4,000 people watching. And you felt the need to hit send. Why? You feel the need to hit send. Why? But when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, you'll take a softer path to make sure maybe down the line you secure a fight with him. Huh? What are we doing? St. Louis Mick, my brother in Super Chat, is not just Boston talk over here. Blue giving out soul food plates too. Salute. I have to. I have to. See, this is a conversation. If anybody knows me, they know I'll have this same conversation with him and anybody else in public, face to face, because we are already losing. Y'all ain't hear me. We already losing. Imagine you playing a basketball game last night, right? You playing a basketball game, you're down by 20 points, and your teammates is taking the ball from you and shooting it in the other team's hoop. Y'all ain't hear me. You're already losing by 20. You're trying to get back in the game, and your teammates is blocking you, and then they taking the ball and they shooting it in the other team's hoops. What my man Blade say? Wesley Snipes on Blade? Some people is always trying to ice skate uphill. some people always trying to ice skate uphill. We in these positions. We can't afford when you get in these positions of power and you have a platform and a voice, you gotta, man. Paul Ruffin, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. What's worse, Blue, a blind person or a man with no vision? The man with no vision, because the blind person always seems to find his way around either which way. And there's a dude that's a rapper in LA or Inglewood by the name of Bunchy. I'm glad you said that, Paul Ruffin. There's a dude, he's out in Inglewood. He go by the name Bunchy. I know my brother Boscon State, Reggie Owens, my brother DB, my brother in LA. I know y'all know who Bunchy is, right? Man, let me tell you something, Paul Ruffin. I watched Bunchy do interviews after interviews after interviews, and I never even knew the dude was blind. Y'all ain't hear me. Y'all ain't hear me. I didn't even know that Bunchy was blind. Didn't even know it. Malik Omar, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. He said, salute to the vanguard of LDBC. That was disgusting to hear Charlo throw his brother under the bus once again while praising Fury. I don't understand all the hashtag. Yeah, man. I don't get it. And see, Edgar Valencia, what's going on? Malik Omar, Dewan Roberts, what's going on? I'm going to say this, Malik Omar. See, I can't even tell y'all that that's the route either. Because still, again, we working backwards. Not supporting Jermell Charlo is not the route either. It's my opinion. Now, I know some of the brothers will be like, I'm not supporting it, so on and so forth. I'm just saying my opinion. I believe that's just working backwards again. Because either which way, we're not advancing if that's the case. I think it's just about awareness, educating one another, trying to get to each other to be able to have a conversation and say, bro, this is why this is wrong, regardless of how you view that man. Because guess what? When Deontay Wilder, let me tell y'all something that people don't even realize. When people be like, what did he do? What did he do? Right? What did Deontay Wilder do? Deontay Wilder walked the streets of Chicago. Munchie B. Yeah, that's his name. What did I call him? Bunchy. Bunchy is from yeah, he's from Compton. I meant Munchie B. Cordarius Brown, brother in the super chat. Jermell Charlo cries first loss, then used an illegal cheater support cheat. Exactly. So now listen to this, right? Yeah, B. Paulie. It don't. That's what I'm saying, B. Paulie. This is the thing, B. Paulie. The personalities don't have to match up. We don't have to be in sync. Again, we don't have to. I'm not saying we got to go sit down, eat, break bread, and enjoy life together. I'm just saying that we got to understand that this is a ladder situation. That is a ladder situation. You understand? Rika Rabbit, peace of blessings to you, Queen. Mrs. Put Together, peace of blessings, Queen. So I'm just saying that for me, right, that it's a ladder situation. One hand washes the other, right? And so I'm saying that we have to bring awareness to one another. It doesn't help, in my opinion. Everybody's outlook is different. Ricky Wright, Tay Brown, peace of blessings, Queen. How you doing today? In my opinion, I'm saying it still don't help us to not support him. You understand what I'm saying? No, it's going to help us to make him aware, bro, this is not how things should be done. I'm not saying you got to break bread with him. Revolutionary News, my brother in Super Chat dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. Salute, OG. I think it's sad that so many people are in our community are working against our own best interests. We got to stop airing our differences in front of the powers that be and get on code. This is a fact. And see, my thing is this, right? It's one thing when you're talking about sports, but when Deontay Wilder is weighing in on a situation that you know very well exists in the sport, you know very well this exists in the sport. You know all too well that this exists in the sport. And in your everyday reality, walking down the street and driving down the street, in your everyday reality, you know this exists. You ain't he wasn't talking about skill set. He was talking about something that you know very well exists and needs to be changed. And that's what you chose to address in that manner. That's what I'm talking about. Hard body J Timo, my brother in the Super Chat, dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. Black men need to learn how to stay on code. This is a fact. Right? Play his ball, my brother. He says, Shy love. Salute to the Shy. Right? So Deontay Wilder, he walked the streets of Chicago. People, what other boxers you saw doing that? I'll wait. So let me tell you, right? So some brothers start to waver. And I believe that's what happened with Floyd Mayweather. He got to a point where he saw so many brothers. I am Lori, peace and blessings, Queen. I am Lori, babe, peace and blessings to you, Queen. Ryan Taylor, what's going on? Remember, when that Manny Pacquiao situation happened with Floyd Mayweather, 80% of the boxing world was against Floyd Mayweather. Y'all ain't hear me. Oh, and then Senior X, what's going on? 80% of the boxing world was against Floyd Mayweather, just saying, hey, Floyd, man, come on, man, you trying to change the rules. Oh, Floyd, man, you don't want to, you avoid Manny Pacquiao because you know you're going to lose. Oh, man, Floyd this, Floyd that. I know this for a fact because I was going to barbershops and hearing this. I was going to clubs and hearing this. I was going, everywhere I was going, I was hearing, hey, man, Floyd avoided Manny Pacquiao. Huh? Huh? But now let me ask y'all a question. Now I'm going to ask y'all the same question. How many Filipino fan base fans did you see saying Manny Pacquiao was avoiding Floyd Mayweather and he should just go ahead and take the test? How many? Did you encounter anybody from the Philippines that would say Manny Pacquiao is avoiding Floyd Mayweather and he should just go ahead and take the Olympic-style testing? Do you think you could have found any, even if they were saying it privately? Even if privately they were saying it. Do you think that any of them would have came out publicly and said it publicly on Blue Blood Sports TV, on Showtime, on HBO, on Fight Hype, on Fight Hub, on 7-8 Sports TV, on Dante Boxing Nation? Huh? You think they would have did that? Even if behind the scenes they were like, man, Manny ain't trying to fight Floyd. He ain't trying to fight him. You think they would have publicly said that? You think so? You couldn't find one person to do it. Not one person. Not one. You couldn't find one. So here, hours apart, you take the social media, right? Jay Vinci, what's going on? Abdul Anwar, June Bugger, what's going on? Journey, what's going on? D-Lo 44 Boxing, what's going on? So you take Johnny Q, what's going on? You take the social media and you say, One Main TV, what's going on? Darnell Williams, what's going on? You take the social media and you say, hey man, this dude ain't got nothing to do with that. It just got, you ain't got no skills. And just give Tyson Fury his credit. Really? Hamilton Steel, what's going on? Really? Hey, let's say behind the scenes, Darlin James, what's going on? You feel like, man, Deontay Wilder, man, he got to sharpen up his skills. If he going to beat Tyson Fury got skills. You're going to say, cool. But why publicly? To make sure you're seen and heard. Why? Alex Short, what's going on? Exactly, hard body JT-Mo. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Think King Third Eye Supreme, Terry Lusser, what's going on? Why? Is it necessary, my peopleizations, to hit send? Puerto African, what's going on? Is it truly necessary to hit send just to be seen? Jamarian Allen, what's going on? Roll Money, what's going on? I'm asking y'all a question. Is it truly necessary? Is that important to hit send to be seen? Because that's why you did it. Chase Revolver, what's going on? Because that's why you did it. To be seen. To let it be known your stance, your opinion, your thoughts. To let people know you don't stand with that. Teddy G, Antone Wright, 7 Trillion, Brother Ray, what's going on? Alexander Wright, what's going on? Galvatron, my brother, what's going on? C Black, my brother in Super Chat. Loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. Those opinions reflect insecurity, in my opinion. It's a fact. He who greets, what's going on? It's not necessary to hit send, people. You don't have to hit send. The whole world don't have to always know what you think about this fighter and that fighter when it comes to those things. See, it's one thing if I'm here and I'm telling y'all, man, Terrence Crawford, we're talking about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, and we're talking about their brand and who has a bigger brand, and this is the biggest fight in the sport of boxing, and why we want to see the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. Right? And I want to see Terrence Crawford make a change because Terrence Crawford should be a much bigger star than what he is. And Terrence Crawford is allowing himself to be in this position. That's why. That's why. Mass Appeal, Clifford to Clipper, my brother in the Super Chat. What's going on, great brother? We got to link up, man. We got to link up, bro. Because he got some interesting news for me, man. In the Super Chat, dropping that half a hundo on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. My page got pulled from a Project Blue Beam vid. Come back, Big Blue. I'm hoping to be able to go live one day, but I'm still mad about Lizardman Kellerman. Oh, Max Kellerman. Yeah, I already know. That's why I was saying, great brother, we got to link up. We definitely got to link up. Salute to my brother, Mass Appeal, Clifford the Clipper. My brother. Appreciate you, great brother. Yeah. So you got your channel back. I am Lori Baby, Peace and Blessings Queen in the Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. Hey, Blue, it's June, and I want to see some fire fights. The best fight in the best. No more circus shows and talking smack. Put the gloves on and rumble. Hashtag Philly Join has spoken. The Philly Join has spoken. Facts. My brother Mike on Sports. Go subscribe to my brother Mike on Sports. What's going on with you, Mike? Mike, drop the link so people can subscribe to your channel. The Chosen One, what's going on? Old Park Boxing, You Master Allah, what's going on? So, sometimes, April Francis, Peace and Blessings, Queen, sometimes it's not necessary to always hit send. Not when it comes to certain matters. When he's Black Star Sports TV 2.0, what's going on? When Peace Be Free, what's going on? when he's talking about a matter that's serious, a serious matter, such as the one he was discussing, why would you intervene at that point in time and say, man, it ain't got nothing to do with this? And then this is a follow-up tweet by saying, give Tyson Fury his credit for his skill set. It ain't got nothing to do with the excuses you making, dust yourself off, so on and so forth. Why did you hit send or allow send to be hit? For what? When Deontay Wilder is not even making mention of you. Classy Mag, what's going on? And I wasn't going to talk about this. I was just going to leave it alone. But I couldn't. Philip P, what's going on? You know why I couldn't? Clarissa Shields is getting ready to make history in 2 days, 48 hours. Clarissa Shields can't get a nod. You know why Clarissa Shields can't get recognition? You know why? Lack of unity. Y'all ain't hear me. You know why Clarissa Shields can't get the respect that she deserves? Lack of unity. You know why ESPN could put out a top 10 list and have Clarissa Shields at number 2? You know why? Lack of unity. Mass appeals, Clyde for the Clipper, my brother in the super chat once again. Yeah, I got it back, and I made another one, and I made another one, and just hit my IG. No doubt, great brother. Got you. No, got you. Lack of unity. Here, Clarissa Shields is trying to carve out a niche. And then over here, we got two of the biggest names, two of the biggest platforms. Deontay Wilder beats Tyson Fury in this trilogy match. He's going into Undisputed. Errol Spence beats Manny Pacquiao. He's going to be going into Undisputed. Now, it's slightly different because he's going to have to fight Terrence Crawford to become Undisputed, right? Jermell Charlo going into Undisputed against Castano. Do you know the difference that Jermell, if Deontay Wilder beats Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, and then Errol Spence beats Manny Pacquiao, Terrence Crawford, or Terrence Crawford beats Errol Spence and they Undisputed. Jermell's Undisputed. Do you know the difference in the change they can make within the sport of boxing? Just every day, but in boxing. Imagine if they all just came and spoke up for Clarissa Shields. Hey, man. And imagine they all just showed up for Clarissa Shields. Wearing Clarissa Shields' GWOAT apparel. Wearing her apparel. Imagine we see Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Deontay Wilder, Jermell Charlo, Jamal Charlo sitting ringside wearing the GWOAT apparel. You know what that could do for Clarissa Shields and her greatness? Greatness supporting greatness? Come on, man. Y'all not hearing me. T Skills, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a girl on your boy Blue in the super chat. At this point, Fury could have had it in the ring, and people like Charlo will still Wilder. Charlo is feeble-minded to understand that is really envy. Yeah. Great brother. Listen, how could I say anything other than? Hard body JT, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a girl on your boy Blue in the super chat. Hit and send is the reason why community got a bill signed for them before we did. Stay on cold, black people, regardless of how you feel. This is a fact. Because we got to hit send. We rather record it. We rather record it. Fred asked Errol Spence, hey, who you got? Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury? Before he can even finish, he said, come on, man. Come on, man. Is it even a question? Is it even a question? So instead of us, y'all ain't hear me. Watch this now. D-Lo44 Boxing, my brother super chat. If I hit send on every email I type, I'd be jobless. This is a fact. So instead of us saying, oh man, Floyd Mayweather Look at the path he's creating, people. Y'all ain't hear me, man. He stood on his own too. He said, you know something? Y'all don't believe I'm going to be a superstar in the sport of boxing? Y'all don't think I could do what Oscar De La Hoya is doing? Y'all don't think that I can capture a fan base and break records? Y'all don't believe that? Watch me work. $750,000, I'll buy my way out of my contract. And turned himself into a billionaire. He just got $30 million to have sponsors on his trunks. Where was all the support? I don't care if he's boxing a YouTuber in an exhibition bout. Where's all the support? Because guess what? If you support him, if all y'all was at Floyd Mayweather fight, ringside and showing love, Floyd Mayweather shirts on, TBE shirts on. This dude just got $30 million to put people's names on his trunks. Everybody should have been there and saying, listen, regardless of how you perceive him, let's show him that we're going to be here. Show him that we're going to be here for him. And everybody had on TBE shirts. Imagine that. Imagine that. You know the motivation that man would have felt? You know the motivation he would have felt in the ring? Walk into the ring? You know what that would do? You know what that does? You know what that does? That's going to get him to say, you know something? Man, I gotta show up for them. I gotta show up for them. I gotta be there for them. Tyson Fury ringside with Billy Joe Saunders shirts on. Billy Joe Saunders supporting Tyson Fury. Why we can't do that? I'm not saying you gotta break bread, eat with him, go out, hang out with him. No, just show up for support. Big Truck Trap Sports, Trap Star, my brother in Super Chat. Trill Spill. We can't stay on code. So she could be talk of the boxing world. They don't understand they could do the same thing for each other. This is a fact. Imagine Floyd Mayweather. Imagine Deontay Wilder. Imagine Errol Spence. Imagine Terrence Crawford. Imagine Jermell and Jamal Charlo. Imagine Gervonta Tank Davis. Imagine Shakur Stevenson. Imagine Devin Haney. Imagine all of these guys I just mentioned at Clarissa Shields' fight with Walt shirts on. Sitting ringside. Imagine how that looks. Imagine how that goes over. What's that? Mm-hmm. King of the D. He said it takes nothing to do this. That's a fact. That's a fact, great brother. Imagine this. Deontay Wilder going in the Trilogy. He in the locker room. He warming up. And he look at the screen. And he see Floyd Mayweather with a Bomb Squad shirt on. And he see Jermell Charlo with a Bomb Squad shirt on. And he see Jamal Charlo with a Bomb Squad shirt on. And he see Gervonta Tank Davis with a Bomb Squad shirt on. And he see Devin Haney with a Bomb Squad shirt on. And he look at the screen and he see all his brothers there. And he see Clarissa Shields with a Bomb Squad shirt on. And he see Errol Spence with a Bomb Squad shirt on. And he see Terrence Crawford with a Bomb Squad shirt on. You think he's going to lose getting in that ring? You think you're going to lose getting in the ring? No, I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping at all. You ain't see me fall nowhere. Tripping too close to falling, so I'm balling. Lauren Anderson, my brother in the Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. That's why I never really support the Charlos. They always on some Floyd can do whatever he wants. He earned it. Clarissa Shields will put the world on notice this weekend. Hashtag Bomb Squad. Facts. No, I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping at all. It seemed far-fetched because we can't do nothing together. That's why it seemed far-fetched. Big Al's House of Pain, what's going on? It seemed far-fetched because we ain't used to doing stuff together. That's why it seemed far-fetched. That's why it seemed far-fetched. That's why you could take what I'm saying and saying I'm tripping. I'm tripping? Huh? Well, I'm talking about millionaires. I got Bomb Squad shirts. I'm talking about millionaires. You know how much it costs to get a Bomb Squad shirt? And they ain't even going to pay for the seats of the fight? If they do, they could afford it. If they do, they could afford it. You know what that inspires everybody else to do? LeBron James that come to the fight, he gonna have on the Bomb Squad shirt. Everybody else gonna have, LeBron James and Paul Pierce and UFC fighters that show up and football players that show up. Guess what shirts they gonna have on? Because they ain't gonna want to be left out. Think they're gonna be wanting to sit on the sidelines? Huh? You think Clarissa Shields for her first MMA fight, she look up at the screen and she don't know. She look up at the screen and she see Errol Spence and she see Terrence Crawford and she see Deontay Wilder and she see Devin Haney and she see Tank Davis and she see Shakur Stevenson and she see Jermell and Jamal Charlo and she see these fighters and they got GOAT shirt on. Yeah, I'm tripping. Texas Bulldog Boxer, my brother in the super chat. I'd ask Charlo how it feel not making Ring Mag lists. But you know what, Texas Bulldog Boxing? Even that. If we do what I'm telling you, we don't need their list. Kizzy Hayes, my brother in the super chat, it seems Willie Lynch syndrome is alive and well, shaking my head. Oh, for sure. That's why it was created. Kizzy Hayes, that's why it was created. Big Truck Trap Sports, my brother back in the super chat. Tokyo is Big Blue. That gave me chills. I wanted to fight after hearing that. Yeah, King. Just imagine that. Life, love, peace, and blessings, Queen. Imagine that. It's not far-fetched for that to take place. It's not far-fetched. It's not far-fetched. Yeah, Mike on Sports, James Johnson. Yeah. Yeah, he tripped out on us. See, Black, brother back in the super chat. We don't do nothing together unless it's something in it for us. And I'm speaking for all of us as people. This is a fact. Be the power, my brother. Tune, what's going on? That's a fact. Why? See, the fact that somebody could say, Blue, man, you tripping. Huh? Christopher Howard Senior, what's going on? I'm tripping? How? Let me show you an example how I'm not tripping. You ever seen these guys at fights? Did you see them all at Pacquiao Keith Thurman fight? I'm asking for a friend. Did you see all these boxers at Keith Thurman Pacquiao fight sitting ringside? Now they were scattered all over the place, but did you see them at the fight? Everybody but Floyd Mayweather, but you seen them there, right? You saw them there, right? So why can't they be there and do what I suggest? Why not? Retro Rob TV, my brother super chat. Lying only boxing is at it again. Hashtag Bomb Squad all day. You know what? I'm about to go get the Deontay Wilder merch. Facts. Facts. Imagine when Errol Spence fight Manny Pacquiao August 21st and all of them there with man down shirts on. Imagine that. Y'all not hearing me, man. I didn't say they got to go break bread together. I didn't say they got to go out and hang out together after that. I ain't say they got to go have family barbecues and all that together. Y'all not hearing me, man. Travis Touchdown, my brother in the super chat, said real talk. Appreciate you, great brother. I'm not saying that. Hey man, y'all don't feel nothing when you look at Canelo Alvarez at his gym, and he got Andy Ruiz there, he got Ryan Garcia there, he got Oscar Valdez there. He got Oscar Valdez there, Ryan Garcia there, Andy Ruiz Jr. there. Boxes, all boxes from different. What's the dude? Rashidi Ellis is there. That don't say nothing to y'all. Lauren Anderson, my brother in Super Chat. The union is overdue. Even John Jones is supporting the quote. We got the numbers to take the power. This is a fact. This is a fact. I'm not saying we can't have the competitive nature of wanting to compete with one another because this is a competitive sport. T Skills, my brother in the Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. I also didn't like the comments his non-black girlfriend made. I was highly offended. The sad part is he wasn't, right. Shaking my head. Charlo is not invited to the cookouts. Hashtag Charlo cancel. Yeah, that's another thing, right? It's man. Narco Hampton TV, my brother in the Super Chat. Hey, Booba, why Charlo keeps ignoring the glove game? Because they don't want to see it. Because it don't have nothing to do with that. As I tell you guys, right? It don't have nothing to do with that. It's just the person. You dismiss all of those tangibles just to say, well, he's not good. Huh? Soldier Boy 911, my brother in the Super Chat. Salute from Philly, my good brother Blue. I would have loved to see that kind of support for us by us. Our boxers should be brotherhood and sisterhood. Facts. Hey, Carissa Shields supports everybody. She supports each and every one of them. Each and every one of them. Nehemiah Glover, what's going on? Frank Sanchez, thank you, OD327. Frank Sanchez is over there. LS, a.k.a. Taz, my brother in the Super Chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. Blue, you make me want to go to get Clarissa Shields gear. Man, listen. See, let me tell y'all. I don't just talk about it. Glad my brother LS, aka Tags, he just put that there. I've been emailing PFL. I've been looking for her merch, buying her merch, looking for the tickets. Look at my search. Look at my search. Look at my search. Carissa Shields fight tickets. Trying to take my kids, right? Carissa Shields versus looking for the merch for it, right? Look at this. Looking for the fight tickets. That's just an hour and 15 minutes ago. That's right before I came on. In private. I ain't have to show y'all that, but that's my search in private. That's my search in private. Because I'm trying. And I emailed them to try to get credentials, and I can't find it. I've been emailing PFL to try to get credentials to this, to support the Queen for like 3 weeks before I even went to Miami. But I can't find it. If you put in the search for the tickets, you can't even find it. I don't know if there's fans allowed or not. That's a fact. Big Truck Trap Star, my brother in the Super Chat, once again dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. But it is something in it for us. We gain the support of us. We know the star power. We know the following. You can create the biggest fights between each other. We got our own market. That's a fact. What Mike Tyson always say, Big Truck Trap Star, Big Truck Trap Star. All right, the Tiger, what's going on? What Mike Tyson always say, if you're truly my friend, then you fight me and help me break bread. Help me feed my family. Ain't that what Mike Tyson said? If you're truly my friend, you'll help me break bread and help me feed my family. $704 Joe, what's going on? Lord Albert, what's going on? Huh? Idris Mateen, my brother in the Super Chat. He said, off the sunset, I subject. Off the soonest, I subject. My wife came up and gave me 10 for lunch. I screamed out, drop that half a dub on your boy. She thought I was Off the subject. Okay. He said, my wife came up and gave me $10 for lunch. I screamed out, drop that half a dub on your boy. She thought I was Hey, I can see you doing that too. Corey Little, what's going on? Michael Lee, what's going on? I can see you doing that too. They go, Ted, drop that half a dub on your boy. Oh man, Quan 43, my brother Quan 43. He said my son like that too. Hey, I kid you not. This is a true story. I went to the fight, and anybody out there that saw me, and I took pictures with everybody and everything, right? Everybody was like either saying a dub, half a dub, hundo, or they were saying, it's your boy, Blue Blood Sports. It was fighters, everybody. That's love right there. Montega's appalling. What's going on? Appling. What's going on? Victor Griffith. Rico Cool. What's going on? I kid you not. Everybody was like, man, drop that dub. Oh, Moshin Beige. What's going on? Rodney Nelson. What's going on? Young Wave 123. What's going on? Yeah, Knuckle Game. I got Knuckle Gamble. I got to, man. Jose Diaz. What's going on? Salute to my brother Road Money in the Cash App, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the Cash App. Salute to my brother Road Money in the Cash App, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat, in the Cash App, man. Much love to you. Creme de la Creme, what's going on? Anthony Ford, too, what's going on? Ron Robinson, what's going on? William Moore, what's going on? Winter Soldier, what's going on? He said they definitely watching right now. Man, we got to, listen, if we don't stand for something, finish it for me, my peoples. Finish it for me, my peoples. If we don't stand for something, Trey Jackson, what's going on? If we don't stand for something, come on. Come on, man. Yeah, you know Floyd Mayweather was an exhibition. Yeah, we know that. Imagine everybody showed up with Floyd Mayweather. Imagine that. Imagine everybody showed up for Floyd. Yeah, we know it's an exhibition. But this dude right here, he a legend. He opened doors for us. So we here for you, great brother. We appreciate you. So guess what that's in return? Olajuwon Lawson, what's going on? Ronnie Nelson, what's going on? Robbie Cummins, what's going on? Derek Jr., what's going on? MP Dub TF, what's going on? LF, what's going on? Big Block, what's going on? Imagine what that return turns into. You think Floyd Mayweather, at that point, Lynette Bowman, peace and blessings, Queen. Imagine that at that point in time, Floyd Mayweather is going to feel, man, I got to show up for these dudes. I got to do it in return. Contrary to popular belief, he's humbled. Hey, Jay Gadget, Malik Omar, what's going on? I asked Floyd Mayweather, right? Y'all see it when he was coming out of his shop. Genuinely. It was genuine. See, I'm a good judge of character, right? So genuinely, I said, Floyd, hey, champ, how would it feel to still be the biggest star in boxing and you retired? His genuine response, you know, your initial response is your most genuine, right? It's truly who you are. Your initial response to things when you're caught off guard, that's who you are, right? And so I said, champ, how it feel to be, you know, and he turned around, humbled. It's humble. It's just being humble. He turned around and he's like everything. Ruben Perez, what's going on? Junkyard One, what's going on? Everything that went on through the duration of his career, it started to mold Money Mayweather. Versatile TV One, what's going on? Yours truly, Elios, what's going on? It truly has started to mold the Money Mayweather who you see, right? But Ursamar Major 2000, what's going on? Anthony Carlisle, what's going on? When I said, champ, how I feel, he turned around, he looked at me right in my eyes, and he's like, humble. He said, oh, man, humble. That, because the lack of support he had going through. Now, we upheld him. Don't get me wrong. We upheld him. We supported him. Or he wouldn't have broke records. You understand? James said Floyd never took the rough route. He never took the rough route. And Tavius Tucker, what's going on? How can Floyd Mayweather never take the rough route? Huh? He never took the rough route. So what route he took, James? David Bohannon, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. He says, salute, Blue. Salute to you, great brother. 825 likes. We should have 1.1 likes. Cassandra Mason, peace of blessings, queen. Soul Eater 420, what's going on? Get the likes to 1.1. Adari T, peace of blessings, queen. Ruben Perez, what's going on? How could he not take? He didn't take the rough route. What route did he take? I'm curious. Winter Soldier, what's going on? What route did he take? Also, M. Kai, what's going on? What route did he take, James? I'm curious to know what route he took. Clark Boxing, what's going on? Said, bro, what are you talking about? A-Side Boxing told my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. When he KO Rosario with that weird stomach punch, the LDBC was the only media that had his back. Funny how they forgot. They begging for acceptance from the other side so bad. Hashtag cancel Charlo. James, where you go, great brother? Where'd you go? Where'd you go, great brother? You said he didn't take James. Come on, great brother. Don't time him out. Don't block him. William Ward, what's going on? Don't time him out. Don't block him. Don't do none of that. LF, what's going on? Yeah, LF said boxing itself is a rough sport. What is he talking about? That's a fact. Oh, man, come on, people. David Scott III, what's going on, great brother? Why y'all time him out, man? Why y'all time him out? Come on, man. Don't time out nobody. Don't block nobody. Don't time him out. Don't do none of that. I got it. Come on, great brother. Tell me. Ty Hill, Ricky Queen, what's going on? Jay Murdill, what's going on? I'm curious to know what route did he take. CX Luis, what's going on? He didn't take the rough route. What is the rough route? But what is Rika Rabbit 12? What is the rough route, though? I'm curious to know what's the rough route. What is the rough route? He fought more world champions than anybody in the history of sport of boxing and beat them. What is the rough route? The rough route? So what would qualify? I'm curious to know what would qualify as being the rough route. Damon Hennix, my brother. Bima Bunduka, what's going on? Big Truck, Trap Star, my brother, back in the super chat, dropping another half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. This dude just said Floyd never took the rough route. Floyd fought 10 times in 1 year. fought more world champions than anyone in history, beat all your favorite fighters, even Canelo and Pacquiao. Thank you. D. Hodges, what's going on? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What qualifies to be the rough route? Seth Chillis, what's going on? What's the rough route? Y. Vaughn Noel, what's going on? BJ Skrill, what's going on? Darlin James, that's a fact. He said, and he beat him easy, too. Yeah, I'm curious. What is the rough route? And then Floyd never took the rough route. Never took the rough route. Mr. Snooze Ghost, what's going on? Wow. Amazing. Joe Brown, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a go. Oh, and your boy Blue in the super chat. Salute, Blue. Felt good seeing you being able to go to the fight on live. Even I could not go. I still, my brother, stand for something or you're nothing. That's a fact. That's a fact. So when people say, hey, Blue, why'd you go to that fight? For multiple reasons. But why not? Why not? Chris Perkins, brother in the super chat, dropping that. Go on your boy Blue in the super chat. LA support, Blue Blood TV. I appreciate you 1,000%, man. Shouts out to Los Angeles, California. Now, here's the thing. Now, I'm going to give y'all an example real quick. Let me give y'all an example. Let me just show y'all. I just want y'all to understand what I'm about to tell y'all. So please, open your ears. Open your ears to this. Digest what I'm getting ready to tell you. Domingo Bonilla, what's going on, great brother? I want y'all to just open your ears and digest what I'm getting ready to tell y'all. Big Truck Trap Star, my brother, back it in the super chat. He said they really going to act like Floyd didn't get ducked by all the big names for 5 straight years. Longer than that. Andrew D. Clout, what's going on? Longer than that. The Spot, what's going on? Idris Mateen, my brother in the super chat. I guess he meant Floyd didn't stand toe-to-toe and just slug it out like boxing isn't a chess match. I don't know. What do you mean by that? But he ain't respond. So now I want y'all to understand this, right? We said, get this now. We said, man, this Floyd fight, this is not good. This is horrible. This is trash. I want y'all to understand why Floyd Mayweather have the outlook he has today's time. Pugilist Shiznick, what's going on? James, I'll get to you in a second. I want y'all to understand why he now has the outlook he has. Let me break it to you. Majority of the boxing world, majority of the fan base, majority of our community, they said, this fight is trash. This is garbage. You're going to watch this, and this. Don't appreciate Floyd Mayweather. Logan Paul, his entire family outside of Jake Paul, who was just a marketer, outside of Jake Paul, Logan Paul, his family, they appreciate Floyd Mayweather. That Logan Paul said it was a dream come true. Floyd Mayweather gave him a dream come true. And it was just an honor to grace to be in the ring with him. It was a dream come true for Logan Paul. Because they appreciate who he is. Y'all ain't hear me. They appreciate him so much that it was an honor. It was a dream come true. And here we talking about he's trash. He's retired. He's 44 years old. EJ Love, what's going on? He's 44 years old. He's retired. He's just having fun. BJ Skrilla, what's going on? Stephen Jonigan, what's going on? He's having fun. He's enjoying life after the sport of boxing, just giving us events. They appreciate Floyd Mayweather, and we say it was trash. Logan Paul, yeah, he got paid for it. Yeah, he got paid for it. But every fighter, including Canelo Alvarez, y'all not hearing me, including Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez to this day tells you how it was such an honor to be in the ring with him and learn from him. Now you think he could beat him, but he says it's an honor now to have learned from him, to have been in the ring. He appreciates what he brought to the sport. Logan Paul, yeah, they got paid. Deontay Mosley, what's going on? Yeah, they got paid for it. So since we didn't get paid to be in the ring with him, we can't appreciate him. They appreciate him. We don't. So when he says things like, Gucci ain't never did nothing to me, then we like, oh man, I can't believe he said that. I can't believe he said that. He's retired, and he's doing an exhibition bout at 44 years old. And the first thing, when it was announced, the first thing we said, we ain't gonna buy it. Y'all ain't hear me. The first thing we said, oh, I ain't paying for that. Because it don't do nothing for you. Because it didn't do nothing for you. To see your legend, a living walking legend, that done did everything for the sport of boxing. This man did everything for the sport of boxing. And man, what more could you ask for? The dude done broke every pay-per-view record there is to have. The dude done fought more world champions and beat more world champions than anybody. He had 2 separate careers. He gave you the best of both worlds. He gave you the best of both worlds. He gave you knockouts in the first career as Pretty Boy Floyd, and in the second half, he gave you just sweet science. So you can't say, well, he was boring. He gave you everything. He never, ever cheated you. Ever. Floyd Mayweather has never cheated the fans. You never seen him come in the ring overweight. You never seen him not prepared. You never, ever saw that. He gave you everything he had. And it's not enough for us. Not even in his retirement can he just have a regular, just enjoy life. Not even in retirement. But everybody else appreciates him, and we don't. Amazing. William Ward, my brother in the super chat. His only rough route was when Oscar was chosen over him. Facts. Andre Norris, what's going on, great brother? Big Truck Trap Star, my brother, back in the super chat. Blue, I appreciate him, but I didn't buy the fight, but I bought every single pay-per-view before this since Gotti. And I get you. And it's not about Big Truck Trap Star. It's not about not supporting and buying it. It's about saying publicly, I'm not buying that. I'm not supporting that publicly. Oh, man, that's trash. It's an exhibition bout. But then you'll sit down. My brother LV Live, what's going on, LV? But then we'll sit down and watch WWE. You'll sit down and watch Fast and the Furious. We'll sit down and watch Power. We'll sit down and watch all of these shows. I know. We'll sit down and watch all these shows, knowing it's fiction, knowing it's not real. But when a living legend gives us an exhibition just to see him in the ring, just to see him moving around, no, we have man, that fight, man, this dude, he ain't even get a knockout. He ain't do this. He ain't do that. Man, it's unrealistic. So if you Floyd Mayweather, you get to the point where I can't win. So it just is what it is. I might as well just live my life for myself. I can't win. Deontay Wilder, right? So then we complain about Floyd Mayweather. Now we get Deontay Wilder, right? And he speaks up for everybody. Stands on the square for everybody. Wears it on his shoulders, on his chest. Total opposite than Floyd Mayweather. Not showing the flashy money, not showing the houses, not showing the cars, not showing the diamonds, right? You don't hear about him in the public with no public, no stains on his public image. Nothing. And we don't appreciate him either. Y'all ain't hear me. So he's the complete polar opposite. Gets all knockouts. You don't hear about him in the public. You don't see him with his money. You don't see the flashy cars, the lifestyle, the mansions, and all of these things. You don't see none of those things from Deontay Wilder. So what's your reasoning for not supporting him? What's your reasoning for not standing with him? Right? Oh, because he's all the way left. So Floyd Mayweather's all the way right. He's all the way left. So we don't support them. Okay, got you. Let me help you out. Then you get Errol Spence Jr. He's a little in between, right? You see a little bit of his lifestyle, a little more flashy than Deontay Wilder, right? Not as flashy as Floyd Mayweather. More flashy than Deontay Wilder, though. Gives you boxing and gives you knockouts, right? Stands for the people on the outside, but because he enjoys his lifestyle and enjoys life, the first thing when we heard about the news of the car accident. Oh, man, that's because he's hanging out too much. Oh, man, he shouldn't be doing this. Oh, man, he's this. Oh, man, he's that. You can't win. You can't win. Can't win. Big Truck Trap Star, my brother in the Super Chat, and he's my favorite boxer of all time. He just pulled my trump card. You just pulled my trump. Hey, great brother. I'm just going to call it how it is. That's all. Prada Pierre, my brother in the Super Chat. Floyd did it his way, and I'm happy I got a chance to watch him while he was active. Great point, Prada Pierre. Instead of the Prada Pierre, I'm glad you said that. Instead of us saying, you know what, Floyd Mayweather having an exhibition bout, let's actually take our kids, because this might be the last time we ever see him in the ring in a square circle with boxing gloves on, competing with no headgear. So this is an event. It's historic. Let's take our kids. Let's go as a group. Let's support Floyd Mayweather. Let's see Floyd Mayweather box and show our kids we was at an event with Floyd Mayweather. And appreciate what we looking at. No, we do the opposite. Brothers UK, my brother, what's going on? No, we do the complete opposite. We do the complete opposite. We do the complete opposite. Instead of saying, hey, we want to take them and show them that we do support them. Let's bring out the kids. Let's show them that we are here. Our Era Productions. He said, dude, the fight was fake. Now, let me ask you a question. Don't time out nobody. Don't block nobody. Don't do anything. Please. Gab Tichella, what's going on? Bishop One Love, what's going on? BJ Skrill, what's going on? Kashif Dixon, what's going on? Our Era Production. Why show your kids a fight of two characters famous? Now watch this. Famous fighting. That's like Love and Hip Hop show with boxing gloves, like Save the Drama. Okay, now let me ask you a question. Our Era Production. You have children? Don't time them out. Don't block them. Don't do anything. Because you said it was fake. Why show them fiction? You have children? Our Era Productions? Yes or no? Watch this now. I just want y'all to see this. Yes or no? While you think about it and let me know. Let me get to my brother Harry Jones Jr. in the Super Chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. He said it goes back to that one thing that Jermell Charlo said. It was nothing to do with race. This is a fact. Okay, Our Era, you said you got two sons. Okay. Do your two sons go to school? Physically go to school? Yes or no? Okay, your oldest do, right? Now, you let them go to school. Is everything they teaching your children in school, is it real? Because we know as parents and as adults, like Christopher Columbus discovering America, do you homeschool them? Or do you let somebody else teach them something that you know not to be truth? Mr. 1609, what's going on? You don't homeschool them. You let them go to school, right? Okay. Now listen to what you just said. I know it's not real. So if you know it's not real, then why you let them go? Because by your standards, you know Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul wasn't real. So why would you let your children watch him? So if you know that it's not real, what they teaching you, you allow somebody to listen where I'm getting at it. You allow somebody to incorrectly and give them false information. Now, another question, right? Do your kids watch TV? Do your kids watch TV? Big Truck Trap Star, my brother in the super chat once again. Boy, you got a whole sermon going on, my dog. I got to. Salute to my brother in the super chat. I have to. Do your kids watch TV? Is school entertainment? Yeah, it is. You know what school is? A daycare. It is entertainment. It's a daycare for you. Let me tell you how it's an entertainment. Do they not go to phys ed gym? Do they not have free time and go play in the schoolyard? Do they not have lunchtime? It's entertainment. School is entertainment because if they're not teaching them the truth, and you know they're not teaching them the truth, right? And you still send them, and you know they have art class where they're drawing pictures. You know they have gym class where they're playing and they're running and they learning sports. You know they have basketball, football, baseball, soccer, right? That's entertainment. That's entertainment. So it's just an 8-hour daycare while you go and fulfill somebody else's dream, working a 9 to 5. So now you say it's entertainment by law, school is by law. You could homeschool your kids. You don't have to send them to school. You choose to. Because it takes time out your day and your time to homeschool them. So now I'm asking you this, great brother. Do your children watch iPads, movies, cartoons? Because Floyd Mayweather could be a lesson in itself. You're not hearing me. Floyd Mayweather could be a learning lesson in itself. How to work for yourself. How to become a billionaire on your own. How to bet on yourself. And the dude don't have a high school education. And he's a billionaire. That's a lesson. That's historic. That's a teaching lesson. He bet on himself. You ain't hear me. Pride of Pierre, my brother in Super Chat. Old media and casuals don't like to push black fighters. Why Floyd, not Andre Ward, got on Wheaties box? Shaking my head. Both are polar opposites, but are great. This is a fact. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather? Let me ask you a question. If you could choose a path of success for, he could buy the school that your children go to. Blue, what, Floyd a superhero now? Another black history lesson? Yeah, he is. He should be for your kids, bro. This is the problem with us. You will let your kids watch a superhero that you know ain't real. You will let your kids watch a superhero that you know is not real. I ask you, do your children watch cartoons? Do they watch movies? Do they do any of those things? He should be, because he's an actual physical being. He's an actual physical being. Those should be the superheroes. The ones you can reach out and touch. Not Spider-Man, a mythical character. Floyd Mayweather is not a mythical character. He's a real life character. Amazing. Your kids will watch Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, Batman. And then it's a LS, aka Tag, my brother in Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. I just wanted to hear you say it, Blue. LS, aka Tag, my brother in Super Chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the Super Chat. He said, I just wanted to hear you say it, Blue. No doubt. He said, let your kids watch Dan Calloway. Great brother, do your children watch cartoons? Because I see you refuse to answer this. Do your kids watch TV and cartoons and things of that nature? Yes or no? Yes or no? So we can only have one superhero. So Dan Calloway is the only person that they watch. Is boxing a cartoon? Okay, I see where you're going. You one of those people that you now you just refuse to answer the question because you know you're wrong. So now you asking me, is boxing a cartoon? I love you too, great brother. That's why we talking. Because if I didn't care, then I wouldn't have the conversation with you, great brother. I wouldn't have this conversation with you, great brother. If I didn't care, I wouldn't have the conversation with you. If I didn't care, I wouldn't have this conversation with you, great brother. Domingo Vanilla, my brother in the Super Chat. Job stands for just over broke. Yep. There's nothing wrong with the job, though, as long as you are working on your goals and dreams from 5 p.m. on. That's a fact. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, is that you can learn a lot. There's so many different. We should have why we can't have more than one superhero for our community? Why? Do you think Canelo Alvarez is not a superhero to his community, to kids coming up? Huh? So let me ask you this question. Muhammad Ali, you wouldn't let your kids watch Muhammad Ali? Max Sullivan, what's going on? All your favorite boxers had some sort of entertainment. George Foreman, remember, George Foreman had that exhibition where George Foreman fought, what, 4 guys at one time? 5 guys at one time? That's what I'm saying. So why Floyd Mayweather can't be that? Did he not defy the odds? Is he not historic? Is he not historic? Should he not go down in the history books? Muhammad Ali, he had exhibition bouts. Is he not historic? Kerwin Thomas said Ali stood for the people. When has Floyd Mayweather ever? When did you give him the opportunity to do so? Or did you immediately go against him? Did the mass majority of people choose to always go against him? And let me give you something, right? Because see, this is another misconception. Not everybody now loves Muhammad Ali. They ain't loved Muhammad Ali back then. They ain't love Muhammad Ali and appreciate Muhammad Ali back then. So did you ever think that maybe Floyd Mayweather looked at the way he was appreciated? Look at how you appreciate Deontay Wilder today, and he's standing for the people. Stand for the people. Look at Deontay Wilder and how he's standing for the people today, and look how he treated. Look how he's treated. So did it ever dawned on you and occurred to you? Maybe Floyd Mayweather said, "Man, you do that," and they still don't rock with you. They still don't rock with you. Daniel Staley, my brother in the super chat, dropping that dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Salute Blue Blood. Wilder's in 6 rounds. Hashtag Bomb Squad. Hashtag Spence. Hashtag Boots Ennis. So now let me ask you a question. When did Muhammad Ali get his roses? In his prime? Huh? Steel City Luke, what's going on? No, our error. You said, now listen, let me explain to you where you're wrong. You said, Blue, I'm not because he wins and gets paid, bro. That don't make you a hero. No, that don't make you a hero. But he defied the odds and he did it on his own without an education here in this country. That ain't enough for you? That ain't enough for you? He paved the way. That don't say nothing? That don't speak volumes? That don't speak volumes for you? When every arena he went in after the Oscar De La Hoya fight, everybody was wanting to see him lose. 70% of the arena wanted to see him lose. He changed boxing. Nitty G, my brother, what's going on? That don't say enough for you? That don't give you enough? That don't give you enough incentive to say this man is historic? He a billionaire, bro. So you saying because he win and he get paid, that don't make him a hero? So what makes a hero? What define? What? I want to know what's a hero. What's a hero? Big Truck Trap Star, my brother in the super chat once again. Floyd was beefing with T.I. That's why he did T.I. made T.I. my favorite rapper. T.I. my guy too. But look at the look what he going through. Because nobody perfect. Nobody is. Brian Chanel Jr., what's going on? Nobody is. I saw M. Kai. What's going on? Dropping that. He said, Team Andre, one, he knows who he is. Yeah, I like Andre. Emmanuel H., my brother in the super chat. Blue, some people won't get it. They stuck in the system that pit us against one another. Instead of acknowledging another, what we give that the frown look for no reason. Yeah, look down on it. I don't. It's amazing to me, man. It's amazing to me, man. Domingo Vanilla, my brother in super chat, is sad. Blue, too many small thinkers in the world. That's why 98% are either broke or average, and 2% of the world's population rich or wealthy. Yeah, Stash Lomain, my brother, what's going on? Ellis, aka Tags, my brother in super chat, dropping that. Go on your boy Blue in the super chat. My father told me back in the days he used to watch cowboy movies. He said those were heroes. He said the only heroes he ever saw on TV was. He said that not right. That's a fact. It's a fact, great brother. It's a fact. Big block. All heroes don't wear capes. That's a fact. Big truck trap star, my brother, back in the super chat. Now we're getting torn down at every turn because Oscar Blue, him before Gotti. This is a fact. It's a fact. It amazes me that we get, man. Well, boy. Got a long way to go, my peoples. So we got some interesting news as well, though. It's going to be moved from Las Vegas Raiders Stadium. How many likes we got, man? I just thought about it. How many likes we got? Smash the like button. We should have 1.1K likes. Emmanuel H., my brother in super chat. I can't understand why we want to see each other fail or not succeed so bad. For every one of us that make it, there's 10 of us that hate exactly that don't like it. Hey man, get the likes to 1.1K, my peoples. Come on, people. There's no way we should be at 1.1, 1.2K. Let's work. Wipe your feet before you come inside. Ring my doorbell before you walk in my house. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Let's get the likes all the way up. Rocco 3, my brother, what's going on? I had to send my brother Kurt Anderson, Kurt Sugar, the historian, that link. Big Truck Trap Star, my brother, back in the super chat. The Indians were the good guys. If we're going to talk, let's talk. Yeah, but they weren't perceived that way, were they? Jim Patterson, what's going on, great brother? Yeah, Grow Music, man. Smash the like button, man. So, yeah, so now it has been moved according to reports. Zoomverse, what's going on, great brother? From Las Vegas Raiders Stadium to T-Mobile. Ty Scott, peace and blessings, Queen. S. Jones, Vaughn, what's going on? Patrick, what's going on? Slick T, what's going on? So it's going to be moved in that case, right? That's still a big arena, holds 20,000. Mr. Blackman, what's going on? Tony TV, what's going on? Still holds 20,000. Corey Abrams, what's going on? Patrick, what's going on? Still holds 20,000 fans. Sleep with one eye open, what's going on? Hustle Television, what's going on? Appreciate you. Jose Montejo, what's going on? The Sports and Political Channel of LB, what's going on? Salah Udine, what's going on? Willie Lowe, Alan Green, what's going on? Yeah, let me make sure I let Kurt know. I send him the link so we can boogie, so we can make it happen. Roll Money. What's going on? Appreciate you, Roll Money in the Cash App. Dropping that. Go on your boy Blue in the Cash App. My brother Roll Money. That's love right there. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. 1,000%. Jimmy Bernard, what's going on? Smash that like button, people. Can we get the likes to 1.2K for your boy Blue? Max Sullivan, what's going on? Six is not playing no games tonight, huh? They like, ain't no way. Ain't no sunshine when she's low. Doom, doom. Daniel Staley, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a hundo on us in the super chat. He said, Bluebird, I consider myself a hero, put my children through college, own my own business. I give back to the community, mentoring program for my young black brothers. That's a hero. I agree with you, great brother. I agree. Appreciate you, Daniel Staley, coming through, dropping that half a hundo on us in the super chat. Now we got my brother, Kurt Anderson, a.k.a. Kurt Sugar, a.k.a. the historian, a.k.a. my brother, my co-host. What's goody with you, Kurt?
Hey, Blue Blood, man. What's going on with you, man? What's up? What's going on, chat, a.k.a. the family? How's everybody doing on this Tuesday evening?
So, Kurt, did you hear that they could be possibly moving the Trilogy from Las Vegas Raiders Stadium because the Boxing Commission is stating that the Las Vegas Boxing Commission didn't approve of Las Vegas Raiders Stadium. I don't know why, but they approved of T-Mobile Arena. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the amount of fans they want to be able to gather. I don't know if that has something to do with it. I guess they may feel the more space, the more fans you may attempt to pack in the arena. But they just didn't approve of the Las Vegas Raiders Stadium. That's interesting because I want to see how that plays out when the actual football season starts. But did you hear about that, Kurt?
Yes, I heard about it earlier today. T-Mobile, the Barclays Center has become almost the epicenter of boxing. People don't realize like taxes and insurance and in case somebody tragically get hurt fall from the Raptors. So where you fight at makes a huge difference. And T-Mobile has been a kind of the place to be with Canelo fighting there, and it has become the epic center of boxing. So I'm not surprised that they moved it to T-Mobile Arena.
And it's kind of interesting though, Kurt. I was saying that why didn't the Boxing Commission approve of Raider Stadium though?
Yeah, it'll come out, but just like when people say, "How come Floyd never fought at Madison Square Garden?" There's a lot that go into that. People may think that it's no big deal where they stage the fight at. It's always a big deal. The venue is very important because it's money, it's insurance money, it's everything that ties into where you fight at. So that's why I named T-Mobile Arena in Vegas and Barclays Center. It used to be Madison Square Garden and Caesar's Palace back in the day. They used to fight outside in the parking lot. So they stage a big fight, and it means a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because remember, Floyd didn't get approved for the Logan Paul fight in Vegas. They wouldn't approve it.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes when you hear a fight and they don't have a venue, it takes work, because everybody has to be on board. If they say, well, we're going to have a fight in Vegas and they may overcharge a site fee or whatever, and then you hear about a fight being moved to another arena. When you're staging a fight, money is always a key opponent, and when it comes to business, it's not easy to make these fights. Everything has to be, on par with one another, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's interesting how that works. Now, another thing, Kurt, I wanted to ask you before I forget was there's a lot of reports that Manny Pacquiao is going to be reinstated as the WBA super champion for this fight with Errol Spence. So it's going to be a unification bout. And so what you think about that? And I also wanted to ask you, Bishop One Love, my cash app is Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. You'll see two. One was with a number 7 on the end, one without the 7. Mine's is the one without the 7. Yeah, Kurt. So, you know, what do you think about that? And what's next for your Dana Ugas? Is because now, how do you go to Ugas and be like, well, we're gonna need the belt back, right? So it's like, you know, if you're Ugas and what do you think about this entire situation, Kurt?
Well, like we've been saying for a long time, the sanctioning bodies can do what they want because they're the ones with the power. When they said Manny Pacquiao was stripped, and then they said no, you know, he's a champion in recess, I knew that they was going to give him his belt back. I knew they was going to reinstate him as super champion because his name carries clout. And plus, you know, they get paid off Manny Pacquiao. So the more money the fighter makes, the more sanctioning fees they can cash in. They can make more money off Manny Pacquiao than Ugas. So they're not worrying about Ugas, sadly. And this is how boxing operates because it's such an underhanded sport. There's no integrity when it comes to the sanctioning body. They can care less. They're going to call the Ugas, knock on his door, and say, give us our belt back and we'll see what we could do. Maybe we'll throw you some crumbs. But Manny, as our fighter, he's our champion. He's going to represent the WBA. Doesn't matter what you guys think, but I knew they was going to do that. Champion in recess is this. Well, he's not champion right now because he's not fighting. But as soon as he fights, we're going to get him the belt back. So I'm not surprised one bit. I kind of knew I kind of seen that happen.
Yeah, Crash Camp 6-7, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. He said to use the C word on Charlo, but it quacks like a duck. But if it quacks like a duck, yeah, it's just amazing, great brother. It's amazing, man. I like to say we need to just make ourselves more aware. That's what I would say. Bishop One Love, my brother in the cash app. Appreciate you, great brother. Appreciate you. Hey Kurt, if I'm Ugas, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Belt, never mind this belt. Because remember, he celebrated, Kurt. You see what I'm saying, Kurt? He celebrated that. He went on vacation.
I saw the video with his wife and everything, but Ugas is in a tough spot because he doesn't have the name recognition. So you can only topple a boxing sanctioning body when your name becomes bigger than the sport, like Floyd or somebody like that. But Manny, you know, they have legendary status and they don't need a belt to have a big fight. But Ugas is not, his name doesn't carry weight. So he's between a rock and a hard place dealing with these sanctioning bodies.
Yeah. My brother Lawrence Williams, L Dub in the building. Go subscribe to my brother L Dub Boxing, man. Lawrence, drop that link. Drop the link. Go subscribe to my brother L Dub Boxing. Yeah, Kurt, you know, it's like that's unfortunate for Ugas, man, because he celebrated, Kurt. He was happy. You know, he went on vacation. He let the world know he earned it. Now they remove him. It's like, wow.
If he understands business, he should not be shocked. I saw this coming a mile away. Because they didn't say Manny. They said Manny was stripped, and then they came back and says, well, but not really. We're going to put a nice red bow on and say he's a champion in recess. Recess is just meaning not now, but later. Basically, we're going to reinstate him because they wanted to see if Manny was going to fight again. If Manny says, I'm retired. I'll never fight again. Then Ugas would have been that the champion of WBA. But with Manny coming back, it's about business. It's about money. That's why Floyd was never undisputed. Floyd didn't want to pay those sanctioning fees. That's why he used to drop the belt.
Mm-hmm. My brother Ellis, aka Tags, in the super chat. He said, "Kurt, is Mayweather in your top 5 fighters of all time?"
No, because boxing started in 1600s, but it has such a big history. He's not top 5, but if I have a Rushmore, he will be on there because Rushmore meaning in the ring, which he was an excellent fighter, and out the ring. Like I said yesterday, I have never seen a fighter that hold and control boxing like Floyd Mayweather. Never. But as uh, top fighters in history, no, because boxing has a huge culture. It has the history. Is so many great fighters that we would never know about and get pushed under the rug. My top 5 is Robinson, number 1, Sugar Ray Robinson, number 2, Muhammad Ali, number 3, Henry Armstrong, number 4, Sam Langford, and number 5 will be Harry Gregg. And because before Floyd was born, those guys was great. So you can't ignore the greatness of the yesteryear fighter.
Mm-hmm. A-side Boston Talk, brother in the super chat. Ugas should be okay. He didn't fight to win the belt, so he shouldn't be too attached. Still unfortunate though. Yeah.
Now they would throw him they would probably throw him a nice fight and put some extra money on it just to calm him down. This is boxing 101, folks. This is I know referees. I'm good friends with Larry Hazard, who was the commissioner of boxing. I know all the inner workings of how boxing is. They will say, well, listen, Ugas, man, Manny, is a legend and we have to get a belt to Manny to make the fight look good. Now it looks good because now it's they're both champions, unification bout. And so we're going to give you a fight, and we're going to put a couple of zeros in your paycheck, and just to smooth things over. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm. Daniel Staley, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. Salute, Kurt. The boxing organization will offer Ugas a bag for his belt, right?
Yeah, basically that's what I'm saying. Put it like this: you ever see two guys fight, right? They're scheduled to fight at a catch weight, and one guy can't make the weight. What they do? They tell the other fighter, "Hey, you're going to get an extra $75,000 or extra $100,000 because this guy didn't make weight." What that fighter going to do? Turn it down for a couple pounds? No, and that's brilliant strategy. You're putting more zeros in my paycheck, like Mayweather and Marquez. Mayweather didn't want to be, and Marquez called out Mayweather when he knocked out Diaz. And Mayweather said, okay, I'll fight you. It has to be at 144, I believe it was. Mayweather was smart. You never let a fighter drain you. So Mayweather says, I'm not making 144. And he was at a big fine, but he made so much money. I think it was a $600,000 fine. Most of that money went to Marquez. What Marquez is going to say? No. So I'm telling you, the boxing organizations are very smart.
Mm-hmm.
Give the other fighter extra money.
Yep. Yeah, I had a tiger. I heard of Sergio Garcia. Jimba in the super chat said, Blue, Charlo is a hypocrite. He made an excuse as well when he lost as well. He didn't give Harrison credit nor showed any respect towards him. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. DeHaven Alexander, what's going on, great brother? Eric 415, what's going on? John J. Rambo, brother in the super chat. He says, Wilder better than Ali. No. Don't listen to people, man. That I went on the channel, right, Kurt, and she said that I said Muhammad Ali, Deontay Wilder is better than Muhammad Ali. I never said that. I said that he was on the verge of breaking his record for title defenses. That's what I said. They made it a whole title. Like I said that he was better than him, and you can't make this stuff up, Kurt. I never said that. A-Side Boston Talk, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on your boy Blue in the super chat. Blue, Sean Porter tried to double back and clean up what he said about the Haney fight being fixed. Porter is slowly becoming a company man. What do you think? I didn't hear what he said. All I heard was what he said about the Devin Haney. Devin Blocker, my great brother, what's going on? Yaakov One White, what's going on? Timothy Dorsey, Adrian Vett, what's going on? DJ, what's going on? All I know is he said what he said. He said that, he was essentially, it looks like, Jorge Linares didn't, assert himself. And he felt like, it was made to be that way. You can't, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. Like, Auntie Vaughn, what's going on? Stephen Libero, what's going on? Hey, Kurt, take over for a second. My daughter's calling me. Oh, snap. You there, Kurt?
Yes, sir. I'm right here. I got it. Yes, sir. Let me see. The Tank and Barrios fight is fast approaching. Did anybody see the Four Kings documentary? It was brilliant. I'm going to watch it again. They got all 4 episodes on Showtime Demand. When I say brilliant, it was spectacular, brilliant, unbelievable. So many clips behind the scenes. When you watch these guys, you know how great they were. Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagley, Roberto Duran. It was just a special time in boxing, and I enjoyed every minute of it because they put the political views in there, how Reagan became president and Jimmy Carter, and they had the music going in the background at the time when they showed Leonard. They had the Parliament and funkadelic music, and it was unreal. I wondered, did anybody see it? It was great. If you didn't see it, take time out and watch it. You will be very pleased. It's one of the best boxing documentaries you will ever see. The best boxing documentary I would say was Unforgivable Blackness, the story of Jack Johnson. But this one is right up there. It was brilliant, man. Max Sullivan said, question, was Mike Tyson ever undisputed champion? Max Sullivan, yes, he was. It was a tournament that Don King put together, and Tyson beat Trevor Berbick, Tony Tucker, and Bone Crusher Smith to become undisputed champion. So Mike Tyson was the youngest undisputed champion in the history of the sport, but the youngest to lose it when he lost to Buster Douglas. So let me go in the chat real quick until Blue come back. What's going on, Gavin Washington? He said, yeah, I wish Sugar Ray Leonard never lost that fight, man. Let me see. Oh, super chat. We have a super chat from Demetrius Bright. Kurt, who you got? Chavez Jr. versus Anderson Silva. What do you think of Jimmy Young beating Foreman but losing to Ali? Yeah, Jimmy Young was a very awkward fighter. His nickname was Philadelphia Smarts, given by Howard Cosell. He gave Ali a hard time. He kept sticking his head out the ropes. Beating George Foreman in Puerto Rico, George Foreman was vulnerable because he wasn't the same fighter. He lost a lot of confidence when he got knocked out by Ali. So George Foreman was ripe for the upset. But Jimmy Young was a very awkward fighter. Didn't have a lot of power, but he was very smart. That was Jimmy Young. Philadelphia produced so many great fighters, man. Let me see. Ty Hill said, yes, Mike Tyson was undisputed. Jordan Maverick Says Loma Beach Nakatani. Stephen Lobero said, Kirk, what's your favorite boxing movie? I like Cinderella Man. That was a good movie. My favorite boxing movie is all time was Somebody Up There Likes Me. And I like Great White Hype was funny, and I like Undisputed with Wesley Snipes and Vig Rames. But Somebody Up There Likes Me and The Harder They Fall was a great one too. I DVR'd it. I haven't seen it in a very long time, but uh, that's I love boxing movies. Let me see. Gar Emerson said, anyone else wants to see Shakur step up ASAP? Yeah, I do. I want to know what his level is and who would be a good opponent. I want to see Valdez and Shakur Stevenson. I want to see that fight. Brick Boy Jones said, salute Kirk. Salute to you, Brick Boy. Winter Soldier said, Elvis was a hero to most. Public Enemy. John, so we have a super chat from John J. Rambo. Why are people now impressed that Wilder's improving? That should say something because people were happy enough with him being a one-trick pony. Well, we're going to see if he improves when he takes on Fury. That's a big challenge, and we'll be there to support him. We'll be there to support the fight, and I can't wait for the fight. I think it's going to be pushed back. We have to wait and see. Roll Money said, I do think Shakur, the most talented young fighter. I would say Jerron Ennis and then Shakur when you talk technical ability. I can't pronounce that. The Zoom Versailles something says Shah lie about a fight to a good fighter coming up. Uh, Jay Walik said, who do you want to see next for Boots? For next for Boots, Jamal James. I like when young fighters fight different styles. Carvalakis would have been a good fight, but I think he's fighting Virgil Ortiz. So he beat a come forward fighter, Lipinet. So he should fight a boxer, a long rangy boxer, like a Jamal James would be a perfect opponent. Because when you're young, you fight different styles. That should be that helps a young fighter out tremendously. Uh, Johnny Dravo said, "What do you think about Virgil Ortiz? He's a good fighter, Virgil. He's aggressive. He hits pretty hard. He let his hands go. One thing I'm worried about with Ortiz is that Robert Garcia fighters, they seem like they fight. They have the same formula: aggression and offense, and the defense is not that good. And if he fights somebody with fast footwork, will he be able to cope with that? Because you've seen Jackson Marinez get knocked out by Coleman, and you've seen Ramirez lose to Taylor, and you see Mikey Garcia lose to Spence, and they all lost the same way. You know, they defense wasn't what it should be, and Robert Garcia is too good of a trainer to not stress defense. You know, so you have to keep your eye on that. He can beat the Kavalovskis and the Maurice Hookers because their defense is not that good, and his aggression can overcome that. But as soon as he fights a boxer with fast footwork, that's when you can see the flaws. DP Rocker said Penitentiary 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, man, I don't fight. Those movies entertain me. DP Rocker. Those it's funny, half dead, and it's very entertaining. Steak Boy said, salute Kirk, salute to you. Demetrius Bryce said, did you watch her versus Aries? I didn't see that yet because I was kind of busy, but I'm gonna make it my business to watch it tomorrow. Demetrius. David Matthews said, showbiz and counterpunch are like white media. I can't disagree with you, man. I can't. Fred Rother said Floyd is great, but not flashy like the Globetrotters. Stephen LeBeau said Kurt, two-ton Tony Galento was friends with my grandfather. Oh, really? Yeah, two-ton Tony Galento took on Joe Lewis, knocked Joe down. He's from Jersey, Orange, to be the town next to me. He was quite a character. He was built like a boiled egg with a belt around it, but he was very entertaining, man. Keontae Vince said, salute to the story and salute to you. Let me go down. Henry King, what's going on? He said, Kirk, man, I can't believe how good Charlie Burley, Ezra Charles, Eddie Booker, and Archie Moore. Yeah, man, they were special fighters, man. Charlie Burley was he didn't get a chance. He was colored welterweight champion 38 and colored middleweight champion 42. Almost fought Sugar Ray Robinson, but Sugar Ray wanted more money because he was the number one contender and Charlie Burley was number five. And Robinson said, why am I fight a number five guy if I'm number one? I'll fight Burley if you give me a little bit more money. And Charlie Burley manager said no. So that's why they never fought. But if they fought three times, Burley probably would have won one and Robinson two. Burley was a great fighter. Great fighter. Never been knocked out. Had a record of what it was, 85, no, 83 and 12 or something like that with 50 knockouts. A-Side Boxing Talk says Shakur has to lead Top Rank. There's no way that this close with Bud and seeing what he's going through to stay with Top Rank. Yeah, man, he might get lost. DB Rocker said, D Hodges, I watched them the other day. Half Dead was a fool. Yeah, man, them movies were entertaining. David Matthews said, Jesus Christ is really black, and Sergio Bora, aka European Jesus. R. West said, will Earl retire Manny? I think he would. I think this might be Manny's last fight. I hope so. Because you don't want to see legends go out on their backs or stomachs and get knocked out. Retire from boxing. Don't let boxing retire you. Roll Money said, when the Spence and Manny tickets go on sale, I really don't know. Blue, ask Blue when he comes back. Harry Jones said, I like to see Boots and Thurman. Yeah, but Thurman would never fight Boots. You know, too high of a risk and low reward because Boots is still building his brand. He's not gonna take that fight. Michael Frazier said, "Time to hear that pop." Todd Hill said, "Kirk, what's going on with Porter Thurman, Ugas, and Mikey Garcia? None have fight scheduled. No, they don't, and they should be fighting one another. It takes too long though." Demetrius Bryce said, "Penitentiary 1 and 2, and Body and Soul." Yeah, I remember Body and Soul. I used to love Ola Ray with the curly kid. You know, she was in one of the scenes in the movie. D. Hodges said at DP, I think 3-1 when he was trained by the little guy. LV Sugar said, "What's good opponent? What's a good opponent for Thurman after 2 year layoff? Anybody that's low level just to get his confidence back. You know, somebody like top 20, top 15. But Thurman, I don't think he has the love for boxing. He's looking to cash out or big fights. He was lucky to get the Pacquiao fight. He only looking for big fights. He'll probably fight Errol because the money will be good and that will be a big fight. But that's all he's looking for. He kind of got 1 foot out the ring and 1 foot in the ring. Let me see. Where I was at. Adrian Velt said, Blue and Kurt, who you pick on Casemiro versus Regal? That's a tough fight for Rigondeaux. My heart is with Rigondeaux and my head says Casemiro because the aggression. If Rigondeaux has anything left, he will beat Casemiro, but he's aggressive and hits like pretty hard. And Regal can get by on his boxing IQ and experience, but that's not an easy fight because his legs is not there like it used to be. But I'll be rooting for Rigondeaux heart wise. Eric Holt said, "Do you think Hurd is done after Aries fight?" Yes, because of his style. I think his confidence got to be at an all-time low. He probably fired his trainer and go back to his own trainer. But you got to understand the division he's in. It's a tough division. It's swimming with a pool of sharks. Henry King said, Kirk, do you believe Floyd only would have been a contender in Murder's Row? That's a very interesting question. He would have had some losses. He would have had some losses. He will maybe have been champion, but he would have lost his title to one of them, man. It was like a gauntlet, man. It was an obstacle course beating them guys, man. It was too many good fighters in the 40s, man. That was the golden age of the black fighter. It changed boxing. When black fighters started ushering in 1939, 1938 to 1949 was really the golden age of boxing where black fighters dominated and took over the sport. You had Sandy Sadler, Black Murders Road, Sugar Ray Robinson, and Joe Louis, Henry Armstrong. So out of the 8 titles, black fighters had like 5 or 6 of them. So it changed the landscape of boxing. Let me see. We have a super chat from Gavin Washington. He said Floyd versus Duran. Any weight, how would that fight go? Duran can't beat boxers. He lost to Benitez. He lost to a guy named Kirkland Lane. He had a lot of problem with boxers. He quit against Leonard, and that's not the mean Duran. Duran was a great fighter, but when you stood in front of him, then he was at his best. So when you look at his best performances against Carlos Palomino and Davey Moore and Pepino Cuevas, all those guys stood in front of him. I ran Barkley, but Floyd will move. I like Floyd by decision. When he fought Leonard in Montreal, what did Leonard do? Stood in front of him. He barely won the fight. The second fight, he quit. He just quit. He couldn't deal with footwork and the movement. Let me see. What's up, LeVar Cooper? I see you. Oak Park Boxing. Uh, uh, David Matthews. Browser C. Carlos Monzon versus James Toney. That's a really good matchup, man. That's a really good matchup. It depends what James Toney shows up because he was inconsistent. The one that barely beat Reggie Johnson where he got knocked down, Carlos Monzon beats him. But the James Toney that beat Mike McCallum or over the draw, he beats Monzon. James Toney could have been, even though he was great, could have been even better because his weight used to fluctuate and he didn't take boxing serious. But when he was in shape, man, he was hard to beat. James Toney was a great fighter. So was Carlos Monzon. He had the big right hand, but that's a tough fight. If they fought twice, Carlos Monzon will win one, and James Toney will win one. I have a lot of respect for Carlos Monzon. Super chat, Boli said, the budget on these undercards, Abel Ramos versus Imantis Stanionis on the Spence Pacquiao card would be nice. Yeah, it would be. If they make it, who you got? That's a good fight. I like Stanionis in a war. Blue is back. Thank you, folks, for your questions. I really appreciate it.
I just wanted to get to the super chats real quick, Kurt. You got these, Demetrius Bright, Kurt. Who you got?
Yes,
Chavez versus Anderson Silva.
I got that one.
Oh, I think you got all of them, man. You got the John J. Rambo. Why are people now impressed with Wilder improving?
Yes, I got that one too.
Got that one too. I think you got Gavin Washington, Floyd versus Duran.
Yeah, I got that one.
And yeah, you got Bobo. Okay, Kurt, you can take back over. My son is getting married, so I'm just handling something real quick with the wife.
Okay. Let me go back in the chat. I like mixing it up with you guys. I love the questions. I love talking to the chat. Henry King said, Kurt, do you remember when Lloyd Marshall and his opponent he hit his opponent with a left hook so hard his opponent could find him in the ring for a moment? Yeah, it seems like Mike Tyson is the same way. It seems like when certain fighters who hit real hard and got hitting real hard, funny things happen to them, like Floyd Patterson and Ingemar Johansson with the quivering of the leg, or Trevor Berbick falling like he did. So yeah, Lloyd Marshall was a great fighter, man. Great fighter. It's too bad that these guys like Lloyd Marshall and Jack Chase, and Burt Lytell don't get the recognition they so richly deserves. The Zoom verse said Loma versus Nakatani. Excuse me. I like Lomachenko. Lomachenko is still dangerous in that division. He can still beat any of them guys. Stephen Libera said, thanks, Kurt. Great info. Thank you. Derlin James, what's going on? Say, hey, Kurt, what do you think Edwin Valero would have done in America? He would have been effective, but he was aggressive. It depends who he would have fought because he hit so hard and he was aggressive. He would have had success, but against a boxer, he probably would have been exposed. That's the signs of boxing. When you see a guy that's aggressive and hit hard, he can never make adjustments. Browser C said, Gavin Washington, I got the Ram by UD. Heartless Productions said, Kirk, salute to you, Heartless. Emmanuel H. Salute, Emmanuel H. Man, salute to you. Said at Kurt Anderson, you missed my chat. I'm sorry. Let me go up. My bad, Emmanuel H. Let me go up. Emmanuel H. Oh man, I hate missing. Let me see super chats. 1 second, folks. ASAP talk. Emmanuel H. I'm looking for it right now, bro. Emmanuel H. Man, I don't see it. Oh, is this? I can't understand. Emmanuel H. Super Chat. I can't understand why we want to see each other fail or not succeed so bad. For every one of us that makes it, there's 10 of us that hate it. Yeah, that's purely psychological that was put on us during slavery, man. And we're very resilient, but you can see the chains was wrapped around our wrists and ankles. Now they're wrapped around our brain, and when you lose your mind, that's the last line of your defense. So it will take a while for that to seep out, but it's heavy and drenched, in us. You can see it. It's purely psychological, man. It's purely psychological. Let me scroll down. Browser C said, Gavin Washington, I'll be like Madonna, Oscar, and Castillo. Only Duran won't get tired. He fought 15 rounds with accuracy. Don't matter. It was more about more punches that when they threw everything. Yeah, but Floyd against Castillo, the first fight, you could make. I still have Floyd winning 115, 113. He did fight him again because he wanted to prove to himself that the first fight was a fluke when he had the bad shoulder. Duran was a great fighter, but he had weaknesses. Like I said, he couldn't beat movers. That was the upset of the year when he lost to Kirkland Lane. I was shocked when he lost to him. And Duran shouldn't be losing to no Kirkland Lang, even though Kirkland Lang was an underrated fighter. What's that? Sandate Fox said, "Yo, Kurt, sorry about butchering your name. Yo, Kurt, what's good, my brother? Canelo or Hagler? Hagler beats Canelo. Hagler was probably the best middleweight I've ever seen in my life. He was the toughest fighter with the best chin. Canelo's a good fighter. Hagler is a special fighter. Made sense. Said 100, 100 to you. Road Money said Kirk, Zab, Judah, or Adrian Broner. I like Zab, but I didn't like Zab in big fights. But Zab had a lot of talent, but he lacked intangibles. Zab, best night when he beat Mickey Ward. He was great in that fight. But I don't trust Broner winning any big fight, so I like Zab Judah. Road Money said I think so too. Let me see. Let me go down. Wayman Davis said, that's that. Willie Lynch syndrome. Yeah, pretty much. Ty Hill said, Kirk, Tommy Hearns versus Floyd Mayweather. Who you got? I like Tommy Hearns easy because Tommy Hearns jab, Floyd wouldn't be able to get past the jab. If Leonard couldn't, then Floyd couldn't. That's a bad matchup for Floyd. Elvis Hansen said, "What's going on, Elvis?" Salute, Kurt. Manny said WBA told him he'll get reinstated as the champ. 3 belts unification. Uh, I used to have Sugar Ray Robinson as the GOAT. Now that I'm older, I got Ezra Charles over him. He's a bigger version of Sugar Ray Robinson. Ezra Charles was special, man. I still like Sugar Ray Robinson because Robinson went 129-1 in his first 11 years as a pro. And that's something else. Willie Pep went 134-1, but Robinson beat Willie Pep and Henry Armstrong. A lot of people don't know that early in his career. MP what the said, salute Kirk, salute to you. Emmanuel H said that Road Money, that's a good one, but I pick Zab. Stephen Libero said that's why he quit versus Leonard. Yeah, and it says in the documentary because him and Carlos Alita, they don't like each other. That's unfortunate. But he says Duran didn't have cramps. Think of something, and they came out with the cramps thing. But Duran did like to eat steak because he could, Duran looked at eating as a privilege because when he was a kid, he was so poor. So steak and a half gallon of orange juice was his favorite meal. Lawrence RBA in that super chat, can you explain the difference, Earl, with Blu-ray and without? Also, how does this translate against Pac-Man? Did Floyd KO Paul in your opinion? Well, first things first, Earl seems to be stronger with Blu-ray. Earl is strong without him, but stronger with him. Nutrition plays a big part. What kind of exercise you do plays a big part. Fight preparation is very important. I just think he's better off with Blu-ray. It seems to generate more power with Blu-ray. So I think that will be a telling X factor in the fight against Pacquiao. The strength of Earl Spence. Danny Garcia said Earl is like really strong, and you got a guy who's just not strong. He's strong with skill, so I think that will make a big difference against Manny Pacquiao. Even in Manny's prime, Earl would have gave him a hard fight, and I'm not sure Manny beats Earl in his prime. Uh, the second part of that, it seems like Paul was really hurt, and it seems like Floyd kept him up. But how serious can you take it? I mean, I understand business and exhibition. They didn't. It wasn't going to be a knockout either way. No judges, no winner declared. It was just there to see, and that's what it was. And Floyd forfeited protocol by hitting him too hard. He sure kept him up. St. Louis Mix said Earl had all stoppages in his fights with Blu-ray. Yeah, he looks different. What you eat and the exercises you do, that makes a big difference. Believe it or not, that makes a big difference. Silver Surfer Lugia said, "No, I'm Prime Spence is a style Pacquiao did good with." Yeah, but how many besides Mayweather? Isn't Earl? He would have been one of Earl would have been a tough out for Pacquiao, man. That fight wouldn't have been easy at all. Max Sullivan said Ray Leonard versus Floyd Mayweather. I like Ray Leonard. Ray Leonard was special. Elvis Hanson said Willie Pep never faced Sugar Ray Robinson in his prime. Then they fought as amateurs, uh, and Sugar Ray Robinson was a lot bigger than Pep, so they never fought in the prime. Robinson was an amateur when they fought. Let me see. Henry King said, Kirk, name 4 fighters who will never leave the all-time top 10. I got Sugar Ray Robinson, Archie Moore, Ali, and Joe Louis. Yeah, you're right. I can't argue with that at all. I'm going to go. I'm trying to pick another 4. Harry Greb was special. German fighter. He was blind in one eye. Had a record of 261 wins. 17 defeats and 48 knockouts. Very special fighter. Harry Greb, Willie Pep was 134-1 in his prime. Greb, Willie Pep. Let me see, 2 more. I will go Pep, Greb, Sam Langford, and Ezra Charles. Those were special fighters. That's why when people put Pacquiao Mayweather in the top 10, they're excellent fighters. They're legendary. Their names will never be forgotten. But it's so many fighters that history, which is thick in boxing, there's so many great fighters will never get the coverage or the recognition they so richly deserve. I've been studying these fighters since I was age 7. Instead of reading the Incredible Hulk, which I love superhero movies, I watch them. That's why I stream Disney Plus. But when I was a kid, my father used to get these boxing books out of the library, and he set them in front of me, and he just sat back and see if I was going to read them. And I read them and studied the poses. And I know, we had an old projector. Remember the old projectors? You cut the lights off in the room and you aim it at the wall. Well, that was my father, and he just wanted to see if I was going to take to the movies, and I did, and he was like really happy. That was one of his best days because it was carrying on a legacy. And at the age of 8, I was putting the reels and attaching the films together so I can watch them when he was at work, and he used to come home and see me in the living room with the light off. And my mother used to say he did it all by himself. So I was like, it was like boxing. Me and boxing was married at the age of 7, and I used to watch these films all day. And he had a collection. I used to read books all day and night that was 700 pages, man, about fighters like Ezra Charles and Harry Greb. So I know them like the back of my hand. I've been studying boxing for a very long time, and I'm grateful. So boxing is just the sport. It's my passion along with music. Money Brown TV, man. What's going on with you, man? Everybody subscribe to Money Brown TV. Put your link in the chat, Money Brown. Salute to my brother Blue and Kurt. Let me see, man. I love talking to you guys, man. I wish we was at a round table, face to face. Juice Room said, "Who do you see beating Canelo?" I don't see anybody beating Canelo. Canelo is a very good fighter, but it's the lack of preparation and activity, the lack of intangibles that the other guys have, that they're not prepared to take on anybody like Canelo. I like Canelo because of his mindset. Boxing is life, life is boxing. When he says that, I love it. You know what makes Canelo not his counter punching skills, his mind. He has that old spirit. He could be a 40s fighter because he dedicated himself to the sport of boxing. So you have to give Canelo a lot of credit, man. He's good for the sport of boxing. I like his mindset. He comes to bring it. I don't like his opponents like the Yildirims and the Fieldings, but there's been a lot of guys who fought opponents like that. Remember when Roy Jones fought Ricky Frazier? That might have been the worst guy to fight for a championship in the history of the sport. But it is what it is. I like Canelo. I think he's good for boxing, and that's just being fair. Let me see, Johnny Q, what's going on? Johnny Q, Kurt, who you got? Salvador Sanchez or Sweet Pea? Well, Sweet Pea was a little bigger. Salvador had problems with tall fighters. They kept him away from Eusebio Pedrosa. Eusebio Pedrosa used to call out Salvador Sanchez every time he fought. I still say Sanchez would have won, but it would have been a tough fight. He had a hard time with this guy named Patrick Ford from the Bahamas, Salvador Sanchez. He won by split decision. That's a tough fight, but Whitaker at 135 was almost unbeatable, man. Almost unbeatable. That's a tough fight. That's a tough fight. I might go Whitaker by majority decision, or you can go Sanchez by majority decision. But Whitaker at 135, they would have fought at 135. That would have been a tough fight, man. Remember, Salvador Sanchez was going to fight Alexis Arguello before he died. Don King was negotiating with him and Alexis Arguello. Then they talking about Sanchez moving up to fight Aaron Pryor. That fight was going to happen. If he would have got past Alexis Arguello, he was going to fight Aaron Pryor. A lot of people don't know that. Let me see. King Corleone, what's going on? He said, how many of those styles that Manny Pacquiao faced were southpaws? Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. Now Manny is legendary. If to say Manny wasn't a special fighter, that would be cheating Manny, then that's not fair. Manny is a great fighter, man. He's done so much in the sport of boxing. Uh, I can't take anything from Manny, but it would have been a hard fight with Earl. It's like Earl Spence or Terrence Crawford, Manny would have had a hard time with, and Floyd too. Floyd would have had an easy time with these guys, but Floyd is smarter than Manny. His boxing IQ is off the charts. He would have found a way to win, but those fights wouldn't have been easy. Look at DeMarcus Corley, Shane Mosley, Zab Judah, the first 5 rounds against Zab Judah, because Zab Judah, the trick, they're having fast feet. They had the athleticism and the perpetual motion to keep up with Floyd, but Floyd would have found a way to win. Let me see. Demetrius Bryce said, Kirk, Shavers versus Lau. Did the fight happen? Yeah, the fight, they fought. They fought in Denver, Colorado in a snowstorm on a weekday. It's on YouTube. Luckily, somebody camcorded it. You believe that? Old camcorder, because uh, it wasn't on TV, and Lau knocked Shavers out in the sixth round. It was a tremendous fight. They both knocked each other down. They hurt each other, and Lau got Shavers out of there. Shavers had hair. So if you look, Demetrius, the fight is on YouTube. It's a great fight. It's a little grainy, but you can see it. A lot of people don't talk about that fight because they didn't think it happened. It happened. And 20,000 people in a driving snowstorm in Denver, Colorado on a weekday. That's how boxing was at one time. Reese said, everyone tripping on Floyd, not KO Logan Paul. Uh, when should it be the other way around? Younger, bigger, heavyweight, 50 pounds bigger, not KOing a 45-year-old Floyd. Yeah, just saying, Floyd, that name just rings bells, so they're going to say that. But I truly believe Floyd hurt him. I think Floyd hit him too hard, and Logan Paul was out of it for a couple of seconds, and Floyd held him up. I do believe that. Derlin James said, pick four from the 90s, Kurt. Four from the 90s. James Toney, Mike McCallum, Sweet Reggie Johnson, and Finito Lopez. hmm Finito Lopez was a great fighter. Never lost. He had a draw against Rosendo Alvarez, and they fought again. There was a great rivalry. Finito Lopez was a great fighter, man. He threw the uppercut on the outside as a no-no, but it worked for him. Great fighter, one of the best fighters of that decade, one of the best Mexican fighters, Finito Lopez and Salvador Sanchez and Vicente Saldivar. Oh, those guys were great, man. Great fighters. Great fighters. I have every Mexican fighter in my library. Wayman Davis said DP Rocker. Lynch is an epitome of pure evil. Yeah, you're right. Devin Booker, what's going on? Blocker. Sorry, Devin. Spence would have been a tough out for Floyd. Yeah, it wouldn't have been easy, man. Floyd had a lot of tough fights. People fail to realize that. It's just that when he got notoriety, he evolved as a fighter, and he didn't have to use his physical ability. He used his mind to beat you when he was money, and he used his physical ability when he was money. I mean, pretty boy. Silver Surfer said Leonard beats Purnell. Watch the Oscar fight. Yeah. Leonard was much bigger. Leonard was a big welterweight. Stephen Libero said Willie Pep was ahead of his time with footwork. Yeah, he was. Willie Pep, had immaculate footwork. He just had a hard time fighting Sandy Saddler, who had a 103 knockouts in 13 years. Elvis Hansen said Leonard beats the heck out of Whitaker. Yeah, Leonard was special, man. My two favorite fighters was Robinson and Leonard, two sugars. Let me see. Willie Beecham, what's going on? Prime Larry Holmes versus Mike Tyson. I like Larry Holmes in that fight against Prime Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson would have trouble with Holmes' jab. Just look at the Douglas fight. Mike Tyson will run into that jab. Uh, Salahuddin said, Kirk, do you think Caleb Plant has a chance of beating Canelo? If so, break down and why. Yeah, he has a chance because of his style, but the inactivity and the soft level of opponents is going to hurt him unless Canelo has an off night, and it can happen, and Plant fights over his head where he just says, "This is my time. I done seen it before, and this is my time to shine. I'm never going to get this opportunity again." And he just blocks everything out and fights like it ain't no tomorrow. He has the style. If he can execute boxing and using his IQ, being 6'1" and having good footwork, he can beat Canelo. So he does have a chance. I think he's stronger mentally than Billy Joe Sanders, but if he gets hits early, I don't know if he's gonna be a deer in headlights because he lacks experience. So that right there would be very interesting. Cal said This is rich coming from someone that didn't give Harrison props. Who didn't give Harrison props? I don't know. I give all fighters props. It's not easy in that ring. Willie Beecham said Lennox Lewis versus Larry Holmes. I like Larry Holmes. I don't think Lewis Chin was going to hold up. Larry Holmes had a very beautiful jab, but a good right hand that he used to bring behind it. Lewis Chin was suspect at best. Max Solomon said, "What's the difference between Mike Tyson, and Lennox Lewis?" Well, the size for one. Mike Tyson from 85, 88 was a very good fighter. We never got to see the best of Mike Tyson. Lennox Lewis got better when he had Emmanuel Stewart. Told Emmanuel Stewart was a expert at showing tall fighters how to throw the right hand, throw the jab, and then come with a straight right hand after the jab. He was the master at that. Lennox was more of a boxer than Mike. Mike was a power puncher, but Mike regressed when he stopped moving his head. And there was one time that Mike was defensively responsible. He could hit you, but you couldn't hit him. That was the Mike of 85 and 88. And then he regressed after the Michael Spinks fight and he was vulnerable. Let me see. DF said Jersey Joe Walcott. Yeah, Joe Walcott was a special fighter, man. Jersey Joe Walcott. The footwork, I thought he beat Lewis the first fight. That was one of the worst decisions in the history of the sport, and he got knocked out against Joe Lewis in a rematch. Let me see. Let me go down. Let me catch up. Okay. Winter Soldier said Leonard versus Mayweather. Kenneth Wise said Mike Tyson beats Larry behind laughing out loud. Mike Tyson get a lot of, a lot of leadway, man. But that Buster Douglas fight, guys like Riddick Bowe and Larry Holmes would have beat Mike just like that. And they prime. The Larry was 38. When he got knocked out by Mike Tyson, he was nowhere near his prime. Larry was a great fighter. Albert Harper said Aaron Pryor was a great boxer. Yeah, Aaron Pryor was special, man. Only lost one fight to Bobby Joe Young when he came back. A lot of people thought Alexis Arguello was going to knock Aaron Pryor out, but Aaron Pryor was special, man. Him and Tommy Hearns won their titles the same day, August 2nd, 1980 on TV. Just imagine seeing Tommy Hearns knock out Cuevas and then Aaron Pryor knocking out Antonio Kim Pembele Cervantes in the same day. Man, boxing used to be special. Willie Beecham said Ray Mercer versus Louis Ortiz. It depends on what Ray Mercer. Ray sometimes was not in shape. I used to see him at the gym, Triple Threat Gym in Orange, New Jersey, West Orange, and it depends on what Ray Mercer show up. Ray was a dog. Great chin, man. Max Sullivan, in that super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Hebrew, I can't see that name. Israelite says Holmes could be arguably one of the greatest heavyweights to ever do it. Yeah, he was top three. Top three. Absolutely. He don't get enough credit. Albert Harper said, watched it last night. Derlin James said Holmes came out retired when he fought Tyson. Yeah, he didn't have a lot of time to train, but he wasn't going to beat Tyson at that time. Stephen LeBron said, agreed, Kirk. That's why I think Ali would have beat Tyson. Yeah, Ali footwork too good. He would have got to Mike before the fight. Before the fight, he would have got to Mike. Jordan Maverick says, Bo versus Lennox Lewis. Who wins? The Bo that beat Holyfield would have beat Lewis in 92. After that, Lewis was going to beat Bo. And because they did sign the fight in 95. They was going to fight at Madison Square Garden, but Oliver McCall upset those plans when he knocked out Lennox Lewis and the fight never materialized. That 95, Lewis would have beat Bo. But in 91, 92, Bo would have beat him. Let me see. Jordan Maverick says Costa Zoo versus De La Hoya. Who wins? Oh, I like De La Hoya. Too fast for Costa Zoo. Costa Zoo quit in a stool against Ricky Hatton. I was really upset when he did that. He got mugged that night. R. Stokes said What's good? Uh, with your great historian. What's good with you, bro? Larry had an underestimated chin, dropped by Shavers, and got back up to win the bout. Yeah, me and my father watched that Shavers fight, and my father said Shavers hit Holmes so hard, Holmes bounced off the canvas like a basketball. I don't know how he got up from that. Shavers came from Mississippi with that punch, and Holmes got up. Holmes had great resiliency, man. He was out on his feet against Tim Witherspoon. He was out against Ronaldo Snipes. He was out against Mike Weaver, but found a way to come back and win. Darnell Williams said, Riddick Bowe in your face, Mike Tyson in their prime. Bowe beats Tyson in his prime because of the style. Big athletic fighters. Nah, Mike wouldn't have beat Bowe in his prime. Uh, Stephen Libero said, did Lewis beat Bowe in the Olympics? Yeah, he knocked Bowe out in the Olympics. Bowler said Ennis versus Thurman in the fall. Anyone? Yeah, I would love to see that. I would be shocked if Thurman took that fight. Ennis would beat the brakes off Thurman. Henry King Kirk, be honest. If Ali didn't have the political influence being pro-black and just the most inspirational athlete, do you still believe he's the GOAT? Oh yeah, because his skills in the ring, man. But Ali is the most beloved athlete ever because of how he fought and his influence outside the ring. Influence is one of the greatest powers that you can have, and he influenced a lot, man. Ali talked somebody from the ledge, from killing himself. Ali went over to free the hostages. He was just more of a. He was just a larger than life figure. You're talking about a man who's the most recognizable face on the planet Earth, man. You'll never see the likes of Muhammad Ali again. That would never happen. Derlin James said Ike Cortez versus Shane Mosley. That's a good fight because Ike Cortez had that shotgun jab, and Shane had problems with jabs. I like Shane Mosley by split decision. Tim TV said salute Kurt, salute to you. Abdul Anwar said Kurt, if De La Hoya made and fight adjustments like Mayweather, he could have been the best in his era. But yeah, but he couldn't. Oscar lost a lot of big fights, man, because he couldn't make the adjustment. He was quick, but he was stiff. He could he his movements weren't fluid like a lot of fighters he fought. If you notice, he was real stiff, and he was too easy to hit for a guy who had skills. A lot of people don't talk about that. You know, he was always easy to hit. Just look at the Felix Stern fight and Shane Mosley fight. He was easy to hit. Elvis Hansen said, I got Holyfield over Joe, but that would have been a war. Yeah, that would have been a war. Nick Silver says, salute Kurt. Hearns versus Mel Charlo. Hearns knocks out Charlo. Hearns was the first 4-time and 5-time world champion. Hearns is just a special fighter. Charlo's a good fighter, but Hearns is special. Best knockout artist I've ever seen. Albert Harper said Pryor was a pretty slick boxer. Through some slick angles. Yeah, man, he was a master at giving you angles. But I like Pryor because he let his hands go. He threw a million punches. It seems like he threw like a million punches, man. That Oguayo fight, the first one, is an all-time classic. Ellis Burgess said Evander Holyfield versus Joe Frazier. Kirk, who you got in that one? But the problem with that fight with Holyfield is Joe can bait him into a war, and Holyfield would oblige him. So Joe Frazier will be a stronger version of Dwight Muhammad Qawi. I might have to pick Frazier against Holyfield. Uh, when I think about that fight with Ali in the first fight, Joe would have been relentless. Joe would have been relentless. I like Joe over full Holyfield. It was been hard beating Joe that night. Joe was on his game that night. Willie Beecham said Floyd Mayweather versus Winky Wright. I like Winky Wright by split decision because of his style. A big guy with great defense and a hard jab, and he wouldn't let Floyd rest. He would bring the fight to Floyd. That's the type of style that beat Floyd Mayweather. Jelani Evans said, hey, Kurt, what do you think about Earl saying he was only 75% when he faced Danny Garcia? Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. You know, it's scary the way he beat Danny Garcia. I believe it. Max Ellison said, Kurt, Do you have a channel? No, this is my channel, Max. I'm on Blue Blood Sports TV Monday through Friday, and every Thursday night at 9 o'clock, I'm on Stormy B Man's Three Wise Men of Boxing. Me, Stormy B Man, Scrapbook Boxing. This Thursday at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we doing an anniversary show, Ken Norton versus Larry Holmes. So you guys should support the channel and how we break down the fight. You got three experts who's breaking down Ken Norton and Larry Holmes this Thursday. So I'm looking forward to that. Willie Beecham, excuse me, said Floyd Mayweather versus Hector Camacho. Mayweather, because Camacho wouldn't have the boxing IQ to beat Floyd. He got railroaded against Chavez and Trinidad, two guys he should have outboxed, but the aggression killed Camacho. Camacho wasn't the same fighter after he got hurt and wobbled against Edwin Chapo Rosario. Let me see here. Reese Bro said 100, 100 to you. Elijah Wan Man said, how good was Joe Gans? Joe Gans was great, man. Very special fighter. Joe Gans was a very special fighter. First Black American fighter, 1902, first champion. Great fighter. Joe Gans from Baltimore. Gar Anderson said, who's greater female boxer, Ann Wolf or Lucille Riker? I like Lucille Riker. More technical, but Ann Wolf is just like really strong. DP Rocker said, the people's chant. Let me see here. Zono's Boxer said, salute, Kurt. Salute to you. Roll Money said, I know, I seen that. Shaking my head. Silver Surfer said, Kurt. Benny Leonard versus Joe Gans. That's a tough fight. I like Benny Leonard to beat Joe Gans in that one. Benny Leonard was special. I think Blue is back. Back, folks. My mouth getting a little dry. I love talking to the people, man. It's always a pleasure. Man, woo!
They come with the questions, right?
Yeah, I love it, man. My throat's getting dry like I'm in the Sahara Desert. I got this big iced tea sitting in front of me. Go ahead, Blue. I'll take a gulp.
Okay. Salute my peopleizations, man. Smash the like button, people. Get the likes up. Get the likes all the way up, man. Shot Time Founders, what's going on? Where you been at, great brother? Lennox Lewis, the undisputed GOAT. What's going on? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, my peoples. We're going to get up out of here, man. Tomorrow we'll be back on. We're going to start having special guests on. It's just that the time conflicts with a lot of these guys' trainings and they working out and things of that nature. So that's how it'll be. But we're going to start getting some more special guests on maybe next week. Are you ready, Kurt? Close us out.
Yes, sir. Oh, man. Thank you, chat, for your questions, man. The historical questions. I love talking boxing now and yesteryear. I just love the sport, man. So thank you, family. And we'll do it again. And that's like my segment. And hey, it's been great, Blue. Great show. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for your patience, man, and your involvement. I love it, man. I love it. It makes my night. And my name is, Kurt Sugar, a.k.a. Curtis Anderson. Curtis Anderson, a.k.a. Kurt Sugar. And we will be back tomorrow with some more boxing talk.
Yes, sir. Big Truck Trap Star in the super chat. He said, hey, Blue, them Hawks on their helmet. Yeah, the Hawks is not letting up, man. They ain't letting up at all. At all. But y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all we got for y'all. Peace.
Peace.